Welcome to Footballers Convention, World Cup Edition. We are doing it live. I am joined here by, gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
How you doing? I'm Mr. Mass TV.
The Mr. Mass TV.
Hope you're well.
Hey, I'm Gabriel Ramirez.
And today, what are we watching? Russia and Egypt?
Yeah, watching Russia with Mo Salah versus Egypt. I'm really looking forward to see Mo Salah do very well. I hope he bangs in a few goals.
Good to see him get the start. Is he? Do we even think he's fit, though? What do we think?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he didn't play in the last match. You would have thought he might have come on if he was in any way fit.
Right.
But he needs to play today. He is their major goal threat. You can kind of see versus Uruguay that, you know, they didn't really have anyone with a bit of bite that could actually take a game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm hoping he does well.
As this game just kicks off, let's take a quick look at the official formations. You can see Mo Salah getting the start, going down the right wing. What are you expecting? What's the game plan here? How do we get him involved?
Yeah, so I think the Egyptians use their wing backs very, very well. They get up the side very, very well here. They use a lot of pace. And also this guy here, Mohsen, he tends to hold the ball up quite a bit. He tends to flick it on. Mo Salah obviously is going to get in behind. One thing that I've kind of noticed about Mo Salah and the Russian defence is Zerkov is 34 years of age. This guy here on the left back, and Igzenovic, I think his name is 38 years of age.
Ooh.
He is old and he won't have the legs the way Salah would. So I'm expecting him to go down the right hand side quite a bit.
Even Akinfeev now has been around for a few years. He's 32 years old now, so
Yeah.
you got to figure that Salah might be looking to release and get that run and attack right there in the center of that defense, cut inside and find a shot like he did so many times for Liverpool.
Exactly. We have Trezeguet here as well, another pacey kind of winger. He's going to create a lot of chances for Egypt. I'm hoping to see him play bigger parts in the game today as well.
All right, let's get back to this one. Early start looks like they are going down the right. Do you think that there's a possibility of maybe what we saw with Argentina or Brazil, where they overforce to their superstar, where everyone on the team feels obligated to try to find Messi, to find Neymar, to find Salah now?
That was way too much, man. They're finding Neymar all the time. Neymar, man, I couldn't. He was making me so mad that game.
You're frustrated.
He was making me so mad that game,
when
man.
he's trying to dribble three men.
He's
by
doing everything
himself.
for himself.
Yeah, I think with Salah, like, they might over rely on him, but I also think they have a few other decent players in there who can actually kind of make the passes, create those chances. So hopefully it's not on the shoulders of Mo Salah. And I just want to see him fit as well. Hopefully he can run up and down. He can kind of, you know, get into the game, and hopefully he can get those balls in. Like, and we know he can finish. We've seen him for Liverpool this season.
It's the business.
So I'm hoping for him.
You think someone like Trezeguet or maybe El Nene has to have a good game, has to be pretty dominant, so he can.
So El Nene, who plays for Arsenal, excellent centre kind of defensive midfielder. You'd expect him as well to create a few chances. He tends to move forward quite a bit up into the kind of midfield role to help out the attack when they do go forward. But there's a lot of potential there.
Russia with 5 goals in the opener. Are you expecting them to continue that sort of form, or was that more of a product of Saudi defense?
Well, listen, I mean, you saw the match. Saudi Arabia were absolutely abysmal.
Yeah.
They're the worst team by far.
Terrible.
Yeah, worst team by far in the competition. I don't think they'll do well today. They definitely won't score 2+ goals, but I'm hoping that Egypt can score a few. I reckon if Egypt can get a goal early on, Russia are going to fall to pieces.
Really? Think so?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at their previous games before this, they haven't won in 5 games.
Oh, that's right.
in the friendlies before. Egypt, in fairness, they're not actually too much better. They haven't won a game in, I think it's 4 games previous to this game here.
We were talking a little before, though, that their manager is a bit experienced, though. You think that's something that can...
Yeah,
that can
Hector Cooper, like, he's a fantastic manager, a lot of experience. He's managed the likes of Inter Milan, he's managed Valencia. He got Valencia to 2 Champions League finals. He got Mallorca to a Cup Winners' Cup title. He's a lot of experience. He knows how to kind of combat the Russian team as well. But there's only one way to find out. Good defending. Get out.
Uh-oh.
Hit it.
Ooh.
Got a couple comments coming in here. DS asking where the cute guy from yesterday was on the right. I think he's talking about Kevin Bowman. Couldn't be with us today, but in his honor of being a bandwagon Warriors fan, I'm flying the flag for
Santa Cruz Warriors.
They're G League team now.
Oh, yeah, it's not D League anymore.
That you
Right.
you pay,
Right,
throw
right.
some money down. You can call the league what you want.
Right.
Also, want to say hello to Karen, aka the Bear, who's watching at home with her two little ones, two young Mo Salah fans, hopefully.
Yes.
Want to give a shout out to her.
Absolutely.
Send Salah all the good energy, you guys.
We've DJ Langley 85 as well, saying hello. Hope you're well, pal.
All right, DJ. Another question from Red Sox suck. All right.
Do you agree? Ooh, that was close.
If you're Russia, would you take a draw and play for goal difference in the final match?
Yeah, I think Russia are probably going for a draw here. They would be happy with a draw here. I mean, they'd obviously like to win, but
They're not going to go suicide press to try to win the match. You know, if
Exactly.
0-0 would suit them just fine. Right?
Yeah.
that was a terrible mistake there by the Egyptian defender. He literally just gave the ball to that guy there. Is that Golovin, is it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He looked great. Him and Cherchev looked great their first game. Again, against Saudi Arabia, but you can still see the technique.
Exactly. You can see
The quality's
yeah,
there.
exactly,
Yeah.
the quality, yeah.
We were looking at the lineups, and we said 90% of this Russia team, they all play in Russia, which is, it's kind of a second-tier league. Do you think some of these players, beyond playing for pride and all that, do you think they're all looking maybe for a move? Someone like Golovin is looking maybe to just shine his star a little bit, maybe move on to a bigger club?
Yeah, I think like the World Cup is a massive kind of shop window for all these players here.
Oh, yeah.
Do they have the ability? I'm not too sure with the Russian players. I'm not sure if they actually can step up to a higher league like the Bundesliga or like La Liga or even the Premier League. I would say that there's a few Egyptian players out there though, like the Trezeguet and a few other guys who are looking for potential moves to bigger teams.
So I felt so bad for the Tunisian goalie yesterday, man. He had some great saves, and then what happened? Did he just fall wrong after that first save on Kane's goal?
Yeah.
It was kind of like it was a great first save.
Yeah.
He got a great hand to the ball,
Yeah.
but it was just that the defence wasn't there. In fairness to Harry Kane, that's what he does best. He's a poacher, you know. Those opportunities, he can take them.
Yeah, right place, right time.
Exactly. In fairness to Russia, they're starting off pretty positively here.
Capitalizing a bit on
Yeah.
Yeah, when you guys were at the screen there, they had a really nice through ball that their big man just kind of let go through his legs, through his feet, right in the box. Juba. Too much.
Jerk-off.
Jerk-off, yeah.
I think, I don't know if it was you or who I was talking with earlier, but other than South Africa in 2010 failing to get out of the group, no host nation has ever not progressed out of the group.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So something to consider. I know we've gone on the Egypt hype train, the law's coming back, but history certainly says they got a tall task, especially with Uruguay.
Exactly. I think Egypt has never actually won a World Cup game before either.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. That's a huge kind of piece of history there that they need to kind of break today. Their only clean sheet, here's another fact for you, their only clean sheet in a World Cup game was against Ireland in 1990 when we drew 0-0 with them. Remember that pass-back rule that was in place?
Yes.
They used to always pass the ball back to the keeper.
Oh, and just pick it up.
And pick it up.
Yeah.
And then the goalkeeper at the
forgot
time
about that.
used to tie his laces to waste time when he was playing against it. It was so frustrating.
Oh, the Egypt goalie.
Yeah, the Egypt goalkeeper,
okay.
yeah.
Ball was already out, right?
Is that a corner or?
I think it was already out.
It's so weird to think that rule was in place, and it feels like not that long ago. 1990 doesn't feel like that long ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was great that they got rid of it.
Yeah.
Because it was just ruining the game.
Yeah.
You know how 1990 was long ago? You look at the players who were playing at the time, and then when you see them on TV now, and you go,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, okay.
Yeah, so I was just looking at a few statistics there. El Neni completed 44 passes versus Uruguay in their first game, so they'd be looking to kind of get the ball to him, I think, a lot more. We just need to see him more in the game. But
Yeah, he just gave it away pretty easily there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yes, go on, Salah.
Ooh.
No.
It's kind of been all Russia.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
They look confident.
They do.
It's amazing what winning 5-0 and playing at home.
Well,
can
there
do
you
for
go.
you.
But the thing is, like, a lot of people were saying before the tournament that Russia were the worst Russian team for years.
You were one of those, weren't you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of very smart people.
That was
were
you,
saying
right?
that.
That was
Yeah.
you, right?
And then, like, now they're actually doing quite well. I know, listen, they were playing against Saudi Arabia. Listen, I could beat Saudi Arabia on my own. Well, maybe I couldn't, but...
Me and Miroslav Klose,
That's it, yeah.
we could beat them.
Exactly. Apparently, though, I don't know whether you heard, the Saudi Arabian team are getting punished by their government when they go home. There's 3 guys.
That's not true, man.
I swear to God. It was in the Daily Mail, one of the most reputable newspapers.
Yeah.
Or, it
Piers
was either
Morgan
that
was
or
reading it.
TMZ. No, but
TMZ.
yeah. So
BuzzFeed.
could you imagine though,
And
playing badly for your country, you lose a game, you're feeling down in the dumps, and then you hear this, like, come on.
If there's one thing that
Salt
makes
in
you
the
play
wound.
better and perform, it's
Yeah.
being punished for not being able to get it done. That's we
By
know
your
that's, that
government.
works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Was that an actual fear with North Korea when they were in the World Cup?
I
Was that?
think something happened there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the story? There was like so many rumors, but one of them was that Kim Jong-il, who was still alive at the time, he had like they said he had an earpiece from North Korea to every player in there, so he could give instructions, like he's some sort of master
Wow,
tactician.
yeah.
Like, hey, close down on the left to like
Yeah.
force some. Yeah, what
He's switching from player to
yeah.
player.
Check back to the ball. Don't run into space. Like what?
Yeah, Egypt were fairly reliant on Mo Salah in the qualification process. He scored 5 goals in 5 games.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're looking for a few of the other guys to kind of step up here.
What was the last qualifier? Who was that against again? He scored the penalty.
Yeah, that's right. It was against the Democratic Republic of Congo. He scored in the last, was it 94th minute?
It was very late.
Yeah. Another story about Mo Salah, actually, there was a presidential election. I don't know whether you guys heard of it before. And he got 1 million votes in the presidential election. It was a spoiled vote, obviously.
Here he is.
Oh.
Sorry, he was about to get 2 million right there. He was working on his neck, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. And yeah, so he got 1 million votes in the presidential election. I think he would have come like 3rd overall. But I mean, it just goes to show how much of an idol this guy is in Egypt.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. It's impressive.
I don't have a shoot with defendant. Get it out. They need to be taking that
There you
ball.
go,
Nice,
there you go.
okay, good man. Right, down the wing, pal. And again.
Okay. Just keep the ball.
Okay, nice. Salah.
Oh, is that?
And Nenny there?
Was that an Nelly?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good man, okay. They don't look
There you
comfortable. They don't look comfortable.
I'm hearing from our
Little
very
nervy.
reliable fact
nervy.
checker.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah, yeah.
Mo Salah was the official runner-up in the election.
Oh, was he
The-
runner-up,
the
was he?
He
Okay.
came second.
Oh,
Oh, right, okay, in the box.
still in. Oh, is that
Okay, we'll take a corner. Come on.
We.
We're all Egyptians
Tim
here.
Never born in Cairo.
Yeah, listen.
Cairo by way of Dublin.
I was actually in Cairo once.
Really?
Long story, yeah. It
How was that?
was great, actually.
Holiday? We
Yeah.
on holiday?
I was actually there with school. We went on a school trip over to see the pyramids, yeah.
They're quite close to like
The
modern city. Yeah,
yeah,
it's not-
absolutely, yeah.
You think you have to take like a camel or something to get there, but no, the taxi driver drops you off and takes their picture for
But
you, right?
like I thought, what you said, they were in the mountains, like, but they're just right there. But yeah, it was an incredible trip.
If I were to go to Cairo and go visit the pyramids, I'd want to start in the city and have a race a la The Mummy. You guys remember the original Mummy movie
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Brendan Fraser?
Yeah,
Just
Rachel
kinda
Weisz.
Have one group with the camels, one group with the horses.
Right.
Start in the city center, wherever that is in Cairo, and then just someone shoot off a gun, and then we go.
I like that.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, go on! Soaking up a bit of pressure here, Russia now.
Momentum shifting.
Little Stalingrad, just to out survive.
So who would everyone kind of support in the World Cup? Like who's everyone's kind of like main team?
Out of us
Yeah.
here, yeah. Well, I'm Mexico.
Mexico,
Mexico,
right,
yeah. So
yeah.
my dad's from Mexico.
So
Yeah,
my
you're
dad's
the same.
also from Mexico.
Yeah.
Different dad. We're not.
Not related. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately.
but you know, I kind of like, you know.
Yes! Oh! God!
Not a bad look,
That was
man.
nice. Trezeguet.
My man!
Is this the French Trezeguet reincarnated?
I think that's what they're kind of looking for, yeah.
Yeah.
You would take that if you're Egypt right now. You bite your hand off to get.
Yeah.
To have someone score that's not Salah, so then take a little pressure off of Salah, maybe.
Exactly. I mean, that's why Mane and Firmino have to be Salah's best friend, right? Because someone else who's a threat, all of a sudden they can't send to your way.
Right.
So then you find a little space, someone to catch someone asleep, and bang, you're through.
Did you guys watch the Senegal game? How did Mane look?
Pretty
Did
good.
you- yeah?
He's pretty good.
Pretty impressive,
Pretty
yeah.
good. I mean, it wasn't a virtuoso performance, but he was
Okay.
definitely dangerous. He drew some attention, played some nice balls.
Yeah.
Senegal team, I mean,
They're legit.
they can play.
Yeah.
They can play.
And Firmino looked good when he came on for Brazil.
I thought so, but I was reading through some comments and it was a bit mixed. People said, "Oh, well,
What?
he created a lot, but he couldn't finish." And I'm going, "Well, do you look at the positive that you actually saw him, whereas Jesus, you couldn't think of one thing he did,
Exactly.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
should he have finished one of those chances off?" I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't.
You know
finish.
which camp
he,
I'm
he
in.
didn't finish, but no one finished for Brazil except for Coutinho's like worldy, right? He had opportunity. Firmino came on. He had the opportunities. He had some
Yeah.
good looks. That's what you want when you bring on a striker for
Exactly.
the last. What did he come on for the last 15 minutes?
Yeah,
20 minutes.
I would have brought him on earlier, to be honest.
No bias there at all.
None.
You're Liverpool as well,
Yeah.
are you? Okay,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
We got you flanked.
Well, who do you support?
A team called Shamrock Rovers.
Shamrock Rovers.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're really bad.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd love to support Liverpool, but yeah,
That's the main one.
that's the main one.
What would it take? Would it take one of your boys?
It
coming
would
over?
take a young Irish guy to be the star of the show for Liverpool for me to go, right. But in fairness, like a lot of Irish people support Liverpool. I think they're probably the most supported team in Ireland.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had an Irish player since Stevie Finnan, our old right back.
That's
we had,
right, yeah, Stephen Finn, that's a great shout. Yeah. He was decent down the kind of wing back kind of route.
He did a job.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So no, in Premier League, no.
No, I mean I follow
team.
it week in, week out.
Okay.
But I've no kind of.
You don't lean anywhere or the
Not
other.
really, no, not really. I
Okay.
mean, like I would like to see like the Irish guys do well.
Sure.
So like there's a few Irish guys playing in the Championship.
Okay.
For a team called Preston North End.
Okay.
I'd like to see them do well, because there's like 5 or 6 Irish guys who play in that team. Ooh, good shot.
Cheryshev. Yeah. See,
He's a danger man. Yeah.
He had some nice strikes in that first game. Boom.
It's a good effort. The keeper did well to leave it though, did he? Or did he actually get a touch?
No, he
Yeah.
left it. So there's no Irishman in the Premier League right now. In top flight.
I'm
At least
trying to think of who-
playing regularly.
For
maybe-
Burnley,
maybe
we've
on
a few
rosters.
guys. Like we've Jonathan Walters.
Oh,
We've Robbie Brady. We've
Robbie Brady.
Jeff Hendrick, who plays for Burnley as well.
okay.
But this isn't the glory team. There's not Robbie
No.
Keane, Roy Keane,
Yeah.
Damien Duff, Stephen Ireland. I know he's always mixed.
He's actually
talented,
still
but-
playing with Stoke. I think he might have been. Yeah, I think he's still with them. But I mean, our kind of golden generation was between kind of like 1988 and 1994.
Okay.
We haven't really been great since.
94. Is that when you guys drew with Italy?
We beat Italy, yeah.
2-1, right?
Yeah, it was 1-0.
Was it? Who scored that one?
Ray,
Remember?
Ray Houghton scored the goal. He chipped Paliuca, the Italian goalkeeper, or kind of lobbed him, you could say. But it was in the Giant Stadium, and
East Rutherford, New Jersey.
and
I
it
know
was
that
ju-
stadium. Yeah.
yeah, and it was just incredible. Like I would love to have been there.
Is that one of those moments where you remember exactly what you're
Oh,
doing at the time?
100%, yeah.
What was it? What were you doing?
Can't tell you.
Yeah, it's a secret.
It's
Yeah, Mr. Mass TV, myth.
After the show, when we do behind the scenes.
Yeah,
that's-
good, yeah. Late night, Mr. Mass TV.
Well, so what about Ireland on the horizon? Are there any prospects? Anybody exciting?
Coming up to ranks,
Yeah.
our under-17s did okay in the European Championships.
Okay.
We lost out narrowly to probably the best team in the world in the Netherlands.
Okay.
But it's going to be another couple of years before we get anyway good. In fairness, though, like we don't have a great team, but we did actually get to the playoffs for the World Cup, and we lost out to Denmark.
Okay.
So they beat us 5-1 in aggregate.
They have a good team.
Ericsson scored a hat trick.
Okay.
It was it wasn't nice.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah. Wookie, how you doing, pal? Boxy, what's the story, buddy? And Nathan TV, thanks very much for the follow as well. He says Ireland is trash. You're right. You are right.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Thanks to the following.
Yeah.
Trash my whole
wow,
country.
yeah. Nice guy.
At least he's honest, though. We like that. We want honest followers.
Max says, I thought, how is Mr. Mass restreaming this without getting banned? Yeah, it's a watch-along stream. It's not. We're not actually showing the match itself.
Let me just double check. It's not on behind us.
Well, so then who are you supporting this tournament then?
I want to support the underdogs. I don't know. I mean, obviously the kind of hipster choice is Iceland.
Yeah.
But I like Peru. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the game, but my brother did. He said they looked really good.
Yeah. I just love the way the fans are just so passionate. The same with Mexico as well. The same with Mexico. I'd like to see them do well.
Yeah.
Did you see the Mexican fans who one of their buddies couldn't make it, so they made like a full-size cutout of him?
No.
And it said of their buddy, and it said, "My wife wouldn't let me go." And they're bringing them all around in the stadium and the bars, and they're just bringing their. It's so
cool,
good.
man.
Did you see the clip of the lady who was watching the game, and when the Mexican players were lining up, she was blessing
Oh,
them?
I did see that.
Yeah.
That was so good.
The grandma,
Yeah.
little abuelita.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
She's
it-
blessing
and then
them all.
Someone with the camera when it came to Ochoa, they said, "Do it, like bless him twice." And she
Yeah,
did. She did him twice.
A few questions here. How far do you think England are going to make it after last night's performance?
I think they will at the very least, they'll make it to the third game in the group. Very least, they'll advance to that far. I think they'll at least make it to the
Fair
Belgium.
assessment. Yeah.
I think that's safe to say. No, seriously, probably maybe first knockout round. Depends. Maybe quarterfinals, depending on who comes out of that Senegal group. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, England are going to qualify. There's no doubt about it. I'd actually like to see them do well, in fairness. But I'm not sure. I wasn't convinced last night. I think last night they had so many missed opportunities. I was watching the coverage on the BBC, which is their kind of national kind of broadcaster.
Right.
And like they were kind of saying, "Oh, it was a great performance from England, but delighted to get the 3 points." But like, if you look at every other network who were kind of showing the match,
Yeah.
they were kind of saying this wasn't great, like
Uh-huh.
So they kind of like the sound of their own voices, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Nathan is actually from Ireland himself,
Oh,
so you're just dissing us.
the best kind of
Come on,
Irish
buddy.
self-loathing.
Come on now.
Masochist.
Yeah. And Boxy says, I always love Ireland for gracing us with Seamus Coleman. Yeah, Seamus Coleman. He's an Everton supporter, Boxy, and yeah, he's great. Another question here. What's your opinion on Germany so far? Do you think they'll get it together? Go on. Oh.
Had that first time, and he played. He played
Germany's going to get it. Germany's going to get it together, man.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean,
I
you
think so
can't-
as well. Yeah.
The machine doesn't sleep for long. First game. Mexico's not bad. Not a bad team.
No, they're
right?
good. They're good.
So, I think Germany's going to find their rhythm.
The problem is Sweden good too?
Sweden are great. Sweden are pretty poor going forward. Like they're very kind of a lot of strength involved with the team, the big lads.
Yeah.
But they don't have a lot of flair, don't have a lot of creativity, and the only way they were going to score versus South Korea was with the penalty. I think Ireland actually beat them recently as well. So
Sweden?
So that just goes to show how bad they are.
Here we go. Here we go.
Wait.
Still alive.
I don't think we're going to see any 5-0 here today.
I think I was completely wrong with that prediction.
Did you say 5-0?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Maybe it was more my heart rather than kind of my head.
What, you got any odds on this? You got, just curious now.
So Egypt are 7-2 to beat Russia, and I think Russia are even money.
Woo!
Nathan, thank you so much for the host as well, pal. Do you think Belgium will have a chance at winning? I like Belgium.
Yeah.
I think they played against probably the second poorest team in the competition, so it probably wasn't the best kind of reflection of Belgium, but they're
So
decent.
Panama, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I like Belgium a lot, man. It's kind of it's all these young guys that are super talented.
Yeah.
And I want them to do well. I really do. I like all of them.
It's like their golden generation.
They're exciting, yeah.
I think
For
this is
sure.
like kind of like their not their last opportunity, but it's coming towards the end of their golden generation. What do you reckon?
Yeah, they were one of my picks in 2014 to win that World Cup because it was just the beginning of sort of maybe this generation.
Yeah.
If that's fair to say. They beat U.S. and then they ran into Argentina, which I thought they're unlucky to face them that early. But I think on talent, it's there, and I think they finally don't have Mark Wilmots, who was a terrible manager. They have Roberto Martinez, who's he's a real deal. He's a legitimate manager.
Yeah, I disagree. I think
Really?
Yeah, I think Martinez. I think he's lucky to get the job. I'm also not convinced by Thierry Henry as assistant manager. I think Martinez did okay with Everton. I know he won the FA Cup with Wigan when he was manager there, but I don't know. It seems like he doesn't have that kind of ability. He doesn't have that experience that kind of those kind of group of players need. You know.
He was a pundit here on I think it was on ESPN during the 2014 World Cup, and I think that's where I heard. And I was impressed by the way his mind worked. I thought he saw the game very well.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if he can manage. If they're gonna those players of those ego and caliber are gonna respect Wigan manager or Everton manager. I don't know if he commands that kind of presence like you're saying. So.
Yeah. Max says, I think Lowe made some really bad choices when it comes to tactics, and especially the starting lineup for the game against Mexico. I mean, I thought Mexico kind of overloaded on their kind of wingers. So every time they got the ball, they were kind of really pressing.
Yeah.
I don't think Germany were ready for it. So, yeah, Max, I think you might be right.
I mean, it's always the question is one of these stacked teams where you have so many options off the bench. If it doesn't go perfectly or even quite poorly, which I guess you would have to argue, you look at, maybe you bring on Gundogan or something, or switch it around, move him in a defensive role. Or
Sané.
Of course, Sané is the one you can't believe he's not even out there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
DJ Langley says the referee wasn't great last night. It was definitely a penalty, DJ Langley. 100% a penalty.
On Harry Kane?
On Harry Kane, yeah. Boxy says, I think Belgium look unbalanced, trying to fit all their star players in even though they're out of position. And he also thinks that Roberto Martinez is effing awful. I'm glad Boxy is sitting on the fence anyway for that one.
He could be awful, but I still think he's better than Wilmots. I think he was awful.
He was awful. I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Right or wrong, he didn't even have a plan that he stuck to. It was just kind of, I don't go out there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Do you think Sweden will do well without Ibra? I can't see them getting past the. If they do get to the round of 16s, I don't think they will. They're going to struggle against any of those teams that qualify.
I mean, they never really did that well with him. You know, they qualified and then started towards the latter end of his prime. They started missing qualification. It was not like he was carrying them to the quarterfinals every year.
On a personal point of view, I'd love to see Ibra at the World Cup. I think there was talk of him actually going to go and play with them, but yeah, I think he's getting on a bit in years as well. So
I'm going to take a quick couple look at some of the stats here, see if we notice anything. Still 0-0, pretty split on possession.
yeah, so Russia have a little bit more of the ball, but you know, it has been played massively down the centre of the pitch. I'm actually surprised by those statistics, though. Really,
You felt like it was being played more in Russia's half or in Egypt's half?
no, I wouldn't. Before the match, I was kind of thinking maybe Russia or Egypt.
One-sided?
Exactly. Yeah. Average positions. Yeah. So I mean, Russia are kind of playing very, very deep. Kutupov and Ignashevich. I'm sorry, my Russian pronunciation isn't great. But yeah, they're obviously kind of playing back. As we kind of saw, though, Zirkov and Mario Fernandez, they're getting up the wings. And I think that's the game plan before the match. They want to use those wing backs to create chances.
I'd be a little worried about the counterattack here, especially if their line gets spread out and is a bit staggered.
Yeah.
Because any sort of through ball, you know, that's where Salah or even Trezeguet could feast on that possibly.
Yeah. Egypt, they're playing a little bit more kind of attacking minded. That number 10, that is Mo Salah, yes.
Yeah. Heard of him.
Heard of him, yeah. Liverpool, I think. He's getting involved like we kind of thought he was. Mosan, as we kind of predicted, he's kind of staying back. He's kind of holding up the ball, or he's trying to, and then kind of flicking it on to Trezeguet and the other guy.
Let's look at both teams, all their passing, just to kind of get a sense of maybe where they're trying to play the ball, where they're not, and where they're successful.
So this is Russia now. 107 successful passes, 36 unsuccessful. That is interesting.
A lot down the wing.
A lot down the wing,
well,
yeah.
especially that left wing. They're really maybe they're trying. It's almost a question of you counter me. No, I'll counterattack you. Both on Salah's side, right?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Egypt's. Very similar. Pretty evenly matched.
It is, yeah. Whereas there's a lot of unsuccessful passes. Like, I did notice that they were giving away the ball very, very easily.
It seems that a lot of their longer passes too are clearances or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Not finding one of their players, perhaps maybe even better suited trying to play a little bit of football out of the back.
Yeah.
Trying to get something going. The route one, as you like to call it.
Yeah.
Not really falling for Salah or any Trezeguet or any of those players up there.
I think the stature and the kind of strength of the Russian defence as well. You're not going to win the big long balls into the area with players of that size as well. Go on, yeah! Oh, come on!
Just wouldn't fall to him. One last quick look.
Is that a corner here?
Attacking zones, we saw it, right? Russia forcing it heavily down and then a bit on the right as well, not too much going through the center.
Ooh.
Similar story.
Yeah, more so down the left-hand side for Egypt as well.
Yeah. That might change as this game goes on a little bit. A couple more questions coming in from DS. My friend's asking, who's the new guy on the left? We're going to have different guests. I think, Gabi, that's you.
Switching it up. I'm filling in for the cute guy that was on the right side last time.
We got a cute guy on the right now? Left, right? Switch them up.
Dream team.
What do you guys think of Japan's performance today? Do they have a legitimate chance of getting out of the groups?
Japan, No, I think Japan were lucky. The fact that they were playing against
10 men.
10 men for like 87 minutes of the match or whatever it was.
Oh, Konda got that early red card.
Yeah.
Right.
That was so foolish.
Ridiculous.
Third minute. I mean, it's Japan. You figure, okay, fine. Even if it goes in, we can still beat them. It's not 94th minute facing elimination. It's not. It's different from Louis Suarez. Totally different scenario.
It's like your first World Cup game. You know, you want to go out there. You don't want to make any stupid mistakes, and he does that. You're like, come on, man.
Yeah, that wasn't too clever.
No, wasn't thinking.
I still think Japan will struggle to get out of the groups, but they did do themselves a huge favor there, for sure. I mean, they might park the bus 2 matches, try to get a point or 2, and then hope that's enough, and maybe a goal difference or something. I don't know.
Russia. Oh no, that was terrible. Good luck to you. Do you think Neymar will be playing for Brazil with the new injury he has got in training?
Yes.
Oh, Nathan.
What happened?
Picked up a knock this morning, but then they were like, "Oh, but it's because of all the abuse he took against Switzerland." And Neymar's playing. Unless his foot falls off, they'll roll him out.
Yeah, his ego will probably get him on the pitch.
Right now, you just say his name. It makes me. It frustrates me. You say his name, and I just start boiling underneath.
No.
Man, I just can't stand.
He's going to play because you can't do step overs from the sideline. That's it, right?
Yeah. And whoever his barber is, needs to be
have
sacked.
a word.
Yeah, he needs to be sacked straight away.
That's a piece of art, man. What are you talking about?
You like it?
You could just put him up on a wall and put a little label next to it with a price. And
if Brazil win the World Cup, you should consider doing it then as a tribute. Yeah, you can pull it off.
The bleach perm.
The berm.
The berm. Yeah. The high fade berm.
The blurm. I think it'd be a good look.
It's a new bowl cut. Oh, nice.
I honestly don't see why Brazil might even play better without him on the field.
We were talking about that off camera a little bit.
Yeah, we were
before.
talking about it earlier on. Like, it was just kind of like the fact that every time he got the ball, he was just kind of playing his own game. He wasn't really being part of the team.
No.
He's kind of like, he's in it for himself.
Absolutely.
And he's trying to create chances that are just nearly impossible. Now, listen, he's great. He's very skillful.
Yeah.
But, like, you need to be able to pass the ball around more so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no question about his skill, right? But it's just it was so obvious that game. He slowed it down so much. He slowed the game down so much. I mean, it's a personal preference too. His style of play, I don't like it. Right? There was one time he had the ball and the Switzerland midfielder was on his back, and he was letting the guy just kind of push him. It's like, play the ball, man.
Get the ball off, turn around, and get it back.
Play the ball and then like move.
Yeah, pass and move.
I mean, he's out there trying to prove something. It's like we know who you are. We know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
Come on.
If there are ever any questions of why he left Barcelona, I think that game answers it, because he needs to be the guy. He needs to be the best player. He can't give at Barcelona. Even Messi, Iniesta, all those guys, they know the easiest way to get past someone is to pass the ball and make a run in his face, and you'll get it. Trust that your teammate will get it back, and if he doesn't, he'll give it to someone else, and it's all for the greater good of the team.
Yeah.
He can't deal with that. He needs to be the guy. A guy who goes with a blurm haircut probably wants a little attention, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
He can't be like the Brazilian Ronaldo, right? He can't. I don't know if he's with the haircut. He's trying to make a statement or change.
Fashion statement. I think.
Yeah. Maybe.
Right, go on, Salah.
Go
on, buddy.
Yes, look at that. Pass and move.
Yes,
go on. Pass and move.
Come on.
Take him. You've got him in space. Take him yourself. Look at who's around. It's not anything great.
Okay. No rush.
Right, that's it. Okay, down the wing. Left. No, what are you doing, buddy? That was the wrong ball, and then that was the wrong ball.
Was he going for goal, or was he passing it?
He was passing it, but
it was neither. It was look.
Yeah, see, the thing
he was going for goal, but he just hit it.
He needed to pass the ball in the left wing, and then the player on the left needs to kind of pass it into the box. Long driven. Yeah.
Boom, whip it in.
Yeah. And Nathan says, what's your guys' Twitter? So, I'm Mr. Mass TV.
I'm Footy Convention. The show is FCTV Live. Terry will throw it on the bottom of the stream there for you so you can see. Gabi?
Terry. I'm Twitterless. I'm not in the Twitter sphere.
Twittered out, huh?
Yeah.
You're an Instagram guy,
Instagram.
though.
Instagram.
He's
I'm
all
Instagram.
about he's all about the glamour shots. That's his.
Exactly.
I'm more of a visual guy.
Yeah.
Mystic shots, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sun in the background, yeah, I get you. Egypt is really only playing long passes by the way it looks. Surprising they're not relying that much on Salah. Yeah, that's true, Max. I was thinking that maybe they'd be looking to get the ball to him a little bit more. But the thing is, though, that when they're coming out of to try and attack, you know, they don't have a lot of players going forward. Whereas I thought that, you know, when they did go on the counter-attack, they'd have a few guys, especially up the wings. But it doesn't seem to be happening. They're playing a little bit more kind of conservative than you would expect or you would hope. Max also says, Neymar is not a good team player in my opinion. It seems like he's really badly trying to be accepted as one of the top players.
I think you're onto something, Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
He's trying to kind of create a legacy for himself.
Yeah, there's ego there, right?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, as you look at Cristiano, right?
Yeah.
He
Do we
definitely
have
has
to?
an ego. He has an ego, man. He has it, but his performances
Justify it. Yeah.
He's justified. His ego is
He's
justified.
backing it up. He's backing
Yeah,
up his
man.
ability. Yeah, yeah.
Neymar hasn't really shown it. He hasn't shown anything yet.
And then there's Salah, who's maybe complete opposite end of the spectrum, just
No ego.
none.
Yeah,
Oh, come on! Oh, have it!
Yes! Oh! Dude!
That goes. If he's wearing Liverpool red, that's in the top
That's
corner.
in. That's in.
Great dummy. Who dummied? That was brilliant.
Nice. Yes. Nice little turn. I like it. Unlucky. Unlucky. Okay.
Okay, just getting warmed up, man.
Lovely
This
by
is
Mo Salah
his
there,
first
isn't it?
game.
Yeah.
Ooh, he was.
He did him, as we say.
Did he get a touch? Ooh, he just got a touch.
Yeah.
But that's what you want.
Lipstick.
You want him on jerk off and basically a dance off, right? You know,
exactly.
where he just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming. He is coming.
That's his first shot of the game.
I think so.
He-
I think so,
I
maybe.
think that's okay for his first shot.
Okay. No go. Okay. Right. Corner. Right.
Set pieces, though, probably a bit of concern for Egypt, right?
He
with
seemed a little bit
Juba
shaky.
in
Yeah.
for Russia, yeah.
No, it's completely unbiased, though. We're all unbiased here.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Impartial. So Russia have failed. Oh, get out. Get
Just-
out. Yeah, Russia failed to get out of the group stages for the last 3 attempts, 1994, 2002 and 2014.
Okay.
Great control. Now he's there.
That's it. Go on, no.
Oh, don't! You can't overhit that.
There's no way that's
No.
it. Oh, he did hold on to him.
And they
The VAR.
what game did they call that? They called that in one of the previous games when the guys was rapping.
It was, I think it was the Kane yesterday when they didn't
looking
actually,
at it.
yeah, they didn't actually go. Did they go to VAR or no?
I don't think so.
But they should have. I mean, they really should have because he was absolutely all over.
I think very early, like second day or something, maybe someone got
I think
pulled.
a penalty got called
Yeah.
because just bear hugging. You can't do that, man.
What I understood is there's just no need. It's so needless. Like Kyle Walker, why even fling your arm around? What are you gonna do that's good with that? Like, or when you're bear hugging, where's he gonna go? He's just stand next to him. You just lean into him a little.
I was saying to Gabe earlier on, like the fact that Walker was on the wrong side of him as well.
Yeah.
He should have been goal side of him, and that's one kind of thing where it's kind of, you know, he's playing in a centre back role, Kyle Walker, where he's not used to.
Oh.
You know, like so it's 3 at the back.
Yeah.
Where
okay,
he's normally like
okay.
a kind of a wing back or
Yeah,
right back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd say get Gary Cahill out there. I think Cahill is one that has the experience. He's the only player on the team that has over 50 caps. You know, he's a decent player.
Yeah, Walker might not have the full awareness to play center back.
Exactly. Yeah. And especially with England playing like a new formation. So like they haven't actually played, or yesterday was the first game that they played the 3-5-2 formation in a competitive match.
Oh.
They played the 4-4-2 in the qualification process.
Okay.
So
interesting
Yeah.
time to try something new out.
it's mad. Yeah, I think it's crazy that they actually did change it. But
4-4-2. That's a bit more Big Samish, isn't it?
it is. It's kind of like, as I said, Route 1 kind of football. Like get the ball up there. What's your opinion on Poland losing to Senegal? Yeah, I mean, I never really rated Poland. Anyway,
No. I was looking at their qualification group in UEFA, and it probably was one of the easiest groups. It was them, Denmark, who I don't really think are great, at least not great consistently.
yeah.
Montenegro, Romania, who's down currently, Armenia, and Kazakhstan. So I think all the goals they scored, and yes, they have Lewandowski, but he's kind of built to feast on smaller sides. I think they were a little bit flattered by their FIFA ranking going in. I think Senegal are a bit underrated in terms of some of their talent and the way they play, and how they play when they qualify to a World Cup, what we saw in 2002, and some of that national sentiment that kind of carries them, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're kind of relying on Lewandowski. He scored 16 goals in the qualifying campaign. He was the top goal scorer in the Bundesliga for the past 2 out of 3 seasons. He scored 41 goals for Bayern, I think, this campaign. But the rest of the team, they're kind of aging. The Polish players are not informed. They're not playing regularly for their club. I think I said yesterday on the stream that I never really kind of fancy them.
No.
I've seen them play a bit. They're not great, but I'm delighted for Senegal.
Especially, you kind of sense in that group as well that everyone kind of thinks, especially Japan, maybe now, they all think we can win this group. This group is gettable. There's no real fear of each other. You know, it's kind of everyone's going to go out and try to play as best they can. There's no expectation. There's no legacy of playing against Brazil or Germany. None of that. It's you're just going to go out and play your best. So it's pretty wide open stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. And it kind of gives a lot of confidence, I think, to the teams that weren't kind of highly rated before the competition to come in and go, listen, lads, we have a chance here. You know, we have a chance. There's all the top teams: Spain, Germany, France, Argentina. You know, they struggled. All of those teams struggled so far. So we'll give them hope. Give them hope.
The hope is rising.
Yeah.
Should we take a look here at halftime? Match day 2. Feels good to finally be in match day 2.
More data.
Feels like it was just match day 1 2 hours ago, actually. Terry, can we do this on the front of the desk? Will you let us?
1 second.
Boom.
All right. Looking at some of the match stats here. Mr. Mass, talk us through it. What jumps out? Anything immediately, or has this been pretty evenly matched?
It's been kind of pretty even in terms of accurate passes, in terms of possession, goal attempts. Russia surprisingly have a little bit more attempts on goal, but only 1 on target. 1 on target throughout the whole match.
Still better than 0, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, that chance that Mo Salah had, it was very close, but it wasn't on target. You'd expect him maybe to do a little bit better, especially a man of his ability.
Maybe a little surprising to me is passes in the final third. It feels like some of the better chances have come to Egypt. They've maybe been a little more likely to score. Yet Russia, 2-1 practically out here in terms of those passes.
Yeah, I think the big one here is like 35 passes versus 63 in the final third. You can see when Egypt get on the ball, they're not that confident. They're getting the ball up, they're misplacing passes, and they're not really kind of playing the way that they can and the way that they did throughout the qualification process as well.
And you can see 18 crosses, 9. Russia definitely. Someone told them they're maybe a little bigger and stronger, and they might have an advantage. So
yeah, I mean, they're trying to get the ball in the box. They have the height, they have the kind of strength there, but yeah, they'll be doing okay.
Why don't we compare a couple players here? You know who I'm going to pick.
You're going to pick the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Yeah. So how could I? What a stunning performance he's put in.
Who are you going to go for?
I'm gonna go with Salah.
Okay, can I go for?
You gonna go Egypt, or you want to do?
I'm trying to over here.
You don't know all the flags of the world. You haven't got them.
No, I do. Yeah. The Russian flag, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Let's go for. What about this guy here?
Their striker. Yeah.
Does he come up?
Let me pick one. There we go.
There you go. Okay. So Zaibua, he's their striker, isn't he?
Yeah, he's their number
Big
9.
man.
Yeah.
The
So
big boy. He's the one you said you missed one early on when we were.
Yeah, Cherchev just had a good through ball in the box, and he let it go through his feet. He would have been on goal.
yeah, in terms of like goal attempts, he's had one, which was off target. Again, 74% successful pass rate. But I mean, 83% for Salah as well. So again, he has that ability. But I think I want to see more of Salah. Is he 100% fit? That's the other question.
He doesn't
He doesn't
quite
look right.
it.
Yeah, he doesn't look
Even
right.
even on his shot where he turned, you got that was almost a sense of inevitability when you saw him doing it for Liverpool this season.
Do you reckon if he was 100% fit, he'd make that turn and he'd bang it in?
I think if he's 100% fit,
Yeah.
he gets past Zhirkov on that first touch. And there isn't that last
Okay,
little
yeah.
big man indeed though. Involved in 18 duels. They're
He's getting stuck in.
He's
getting stuck in.
He's a battering ram. Trying to look at some analysis.
Yeah, let's have a look at some kind of heat maps maybe or something,
Sure.
just to see where the kind of ball is. Where's it going?
Whose heat map we want to see? Who are we thinking?
Go for Salah, really?
Yeah,
Would we?
I mean it's
Star guy.
We're trying to be too clever if we
Yeah.
go somewhere else. I mean, really, let's just go to the moneymaker.
Okay, this is interesting. So he seems to be in midfield quite a bit.
Dropping back
Dropping
maybe
back.
to start the attack. The thing
Yeah.
is the release after they get out of some pressure.
So this is the way that they're on the counter attack. You can kind of see them failing in the final third. We only saw like 35 in the final third.
Yeah.
And he's kind of coming back, and he's not really kind of creating the chances. He's not really kind of passing it off. That you
Yeah.
would expect him to do.
Yeah. For me, we're seeing involvements on the right side
Yeah.
of the field, which is good. But those need to be red. Those need to be yellow.
Exactly,
He
yeah.
needs to be living in that channel,
Yeah.
attacking, attack
Yeah.
after attack after attack.
I suppose we have a yellow here in the penalty box, which means that's where he got his attempt from, wasn't it?
right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right there.
Do you know what about the striker, the out-and-out striker, as a Mossin?
Musson? Everyone's favorite.
Yeah. Marwan Mossin. Yeah. So he's had a few touches at the kind of right back role again. Again, he seems to be he's getting around. He's getting around the pitch.
The way I interpret this is by necessity. This means the team is not really playing the way they want to be playing. They're not looking for him to be involved all over here. That's a result of maybe trying to chase the game, trying to force something, or not being able to get your rhythm that you want going.
100%.
Otherwise, it's a little more.
You want to see yellow, red around the penalty box and a little bit maybe above the kind of centre of the field.
Of course.
Yeah. Because what he does, what his kind of thing is that he normally kind of holds the ball up and then he kind of flicks it to the right or flicks it to the left, and then the likes of Trezeguet kind of go up and create the chances going forward.
Yeah.
Trying to get the ball to Salah as well. And he hasn't been doing that.
No.
You know?
The distance between the two feels so far, whereas
Yeah.
at Liverpool, you know Salah, he's always close to someone. Someone's always looking to 1-2 and release.
Yeah. The thing about Salah as well is that, he's playing with players right now that are not at the same level as Liverpool.
Shocking.
Well, yeah. But with Liverpool, he has stars all around him.
Of course.
So again, he's the best player on the Liverpool team. He's the best player on this team. But the quality of players around him is not great.
It almost reminds me of when Salah played a bit at Roma, or even back in the day when he was at Basel.
Yes.
Where it was a little bit of, all right, just get it up to Mo and let him go, let him run, and he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Kind of that is not quite the support that he's maybe become accustomed to and really thrived.
Yeah, and it's mad to kind of think that when was Mourinho at Chelsea and he let him go. It's like
De Bruyne as well at the same time, wasn't
exactly, yeah. Like two of probably the best players on form in the world right
course.
now. Yeah, crazy.
Should we look at some pass maps?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Well, here's your striker. Not a lot of involvement.
Yeah,
A
he's
lot unsuccessful.
Yeah. Again, final third. He's not really kind of getting the ball off to the players.
Especially just looking at his forward passes. If if he is coming back and looking to release someone,
Yeah.
he needs to find them. He needs to connect with that teammate.
One thing I've noticed here is that he's moving a lot down to the left-hand side, but he should be going to the other side.
Closer to Salah, right?
Salah, he needs to be going over to the right-hand side.
You think the Egyptian manager? You think he's trying to get Salah isolated? You think he's saying the opposite of what we're thinking? Going just let him get those guys on an island over there, and maybe by himself he can.
Yeah, I think if I was him, I would try to kind of press a little bit more. I'd try and kind of play in a less kind of deeper role. I'd try to get the wing backs more involved. They need to get Salah more involved. But yeah, I think they need a bit of confidence. They lost to Uruguay in the first game. They might be lacking a bit of confidence.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
How
The last minute, wasn't it, as well?
Very late.
Yeah.
How much longer can they leave Salah out? At some point, do you leave him? Is he such a superstar where 25% fit Salah is better than anything off the bench, or do you eventually bring him out?
No, I wouldn't take him off unless he is majorly injured.
Unless his other arm goes.
Yeah, exactly. Unless his other shoulder goes. Like, but I mean, Salah, he showed glimpses. In fairness, like he did actually show a few kind of glimpses of, what he can do. But he also needs the support, and Mohsin needs to get involved. I think he's the key player that they need to get the ball up to him, and then him to deliver it out to the left and to the right.
Looking at Salah's pass map, I mean, we know he's the furthest forward. We know he's the attacker. So you aren't looking for Xavi level of number of passing, right? He's more something of a finisher, right? You want him to be shooting and scoring.
Yes.
That said, you need more than 12 passes, right? Because he needs to be passing and moving a little bit. He needs more than this. The fact that he's only been trying to play it 12 times, that's got to be concerning.
Absolutely. Another thing I've noticed here on the right-hand side of the pitch, every time that he's gotten the ball, apart from one, he's gone backwards on the right-hand side of the pitch. So he's getting the ball, and then instead of running on, like he normally does for Liverpool,
There's nowhere to go.
he's just hitting the ball back.
Nowhere to go.
This is not good.
That's just the one shot
Just the one shot, yeah.
for Mo Salah. Egypt, 5 attempts.
Yeah.
Again, all other than that one Salah attempt, mostly coming from the left side.
Yeah, I mean,
Would you switch? Would you say maybe we're getting some joy on the left? Let's switch Salah, or do you think all of a sudden then everything will come down the right? Is it?
what I would do is, unless he's made a change already, I don't know, I would leave it be for the next maybe 10, 15 minutes of the game, see how they're feeling, see how they're getting on, and then if nothing is changing, then I go, listen, right, let's change it up a bit. Yeah, Russia have been kind of peppering the goal, not that successfully though, in fairness. 2 blocks, 1 save, 5 misses. They're not great going forward either, to be honest with you.
Definitely not afraid to have a crack from deep either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how decent that goalkeeper is, but I mean, if they are shooting from distance like that, they might kind of see a weakness in the Egyptian side.
Maybe we look back at the whole team pass maps like we kind of did earlier, see what's changed. Let's look at Russia, 216 passes. I think they had, was it just about 115 when we checked around minute 20, 28, 29?
Yeah, that's surprising. I mean, unsuccessful passes 55, successful 159. They're making a lot of mistakes. They really are making a lot of mistakes. And what's yeah, no, go ahead.
You want to see Egypt?
Yeah, I want to see Egypt. Yeah, what are they like? What's going on here? Okay, so they have less unsuccessful passes. Okay, but again, they seem to be going for the longer ball.
Yeah.
They're trying to hit it out to Mohsin, but he's not kind of able to kind of control it.
Hasn't quite come off yet.
Yeah.
Gabi, anything you want to see? What are you curious at? What do you want to know? Something your eye has seen that you can't believe, or something you think you missed that we could find for you here?
You guys covered everything. Yeah, that's all confusing to me. I don't know. There's a lot of red and green arrows there.
Green, of course, successful pass, meaning it was completed. Red, an attempted pass that did not find their teammate.
No, right.
You're not a big red and green guy? Colorblind, he's colorblind. He's used to gold
Oh,
more. He's a gold, he's all gold.
Yeah,
It looks like a piece of art, though. I mean, if you look at it from a certain
Hang
angle,
it,
I think.
put it in the museum.
Yeah. Next
No,
to
fairness.
Neymar's hair, yeah.
If that was yellow, that would have been Neymar's hair. Right there.
That is, yeah, right there.
That's the berm.
Yeah.
Going back and checking the formations.
Okay.
Any options off the bench we're looking for?
Um,
We talked about West Brom lad who could come on for Egypt, no?
is that a Hegaz? Does he play for West Brom?
Yeah, Ghazi does.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking, is it
I want to
Ramadan.
see Gabra come off the bench.
Sobi?
LAFC.
Yes, that's him. Yeah. Sobi. He plays for Stoke, doesn't he?
You want to see LAFC?
I want to see LAFC come
Oh,
on the
yeah,
field,
is
man.
he-
Omar.
LAFC
Gabra,
for
yeah.
Egypt.
Have
Let's
you
see
seen
him
him
get
play
some time.
much? Is he good, or is he kind of?
Yeah, he's not bad. He's
Right.
not bad. LAFC's not bad for their first season.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Obviously with Vela and Gabber, Rossi, they're a good looking team. The games, man. Games are amazing. Have you gone yet?
I haven't been yet.
Come on.
I haven't.
Come on.
I've been
Unbelievable.
waiting for you to invite me. Looks like second half is about to kick off here.
All right. Westy, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well, pal. Another question here is, and what's your opinion on Mesut Ozil retiring after the World Cup? That's interesting. How old is he? Is he like 28, 29? That's a bit young, maybe.
I think he retired before the Mexico match.
I didn't realize he said he was going to retire.
Yeah, that's well. Apparently, according to Nathan, he's Irish, so I gotta believe him.
He's none of the blarney. He's all
Yeah.
truth telling. You know, hearing something like that only makes me more frustrated, especially if I'm a Germany fan, that Sane isn't here when he's the future and the present, really, of this national team. And Ozil kind of looks disinterested. He's already thinking about retirement. You know, it's not his day is past, I feel like.
Isn't that how Ozil always looks, though? Doesn't he always look kind of just not really?
Yeah, not bothered.
Yeah, it's just his style, isn't it?
I think a lot of people were disappointed with him because he took himself and Gundogan took a photograph with the Turkish president
Didn't go
Saw
over
that.
well.
Saw that.
with the jersey, and that did not go down well at all with the German fans.
I think Emre Can, they invited him to, and he
He
said, "I'm
denied.
staying out of this, guys."
Love that guy.
You gonna miss him?
I will miss him, even if he goes, man. He's put in a good shift. There's no drama. You know, if Juventus is where he wants to be, let him go, man. Let him go.
He you know what, he even throughout all of this, he never put his head down. There was never any effect on the pitch, right? He always gave his all. He played hard.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge someone if they want to go somewhere else.
No.
He fulfilled his contract. He didn't go on strike any crap like that.
Keeper.
Hit it.
Oh,
Oh.
no!
Whoa! No! That was a push.
No.
Dude, he just that was a shove.
No, that's not a goal, is it?
No.
He got shoved to the ground.
no.
That's got to come back on VAR.
VAR, come on, lads. Come on.
Oh, come on, man. Let's. Where's the replay?
There, I mean, I saw a
Did you see
clean shove.
You saw it? Okay. Come on,
But again,
VAR.
I'm protective of defenders.
Ref.
They've got to look at
They
it.
have to look at it. They have to look at
If
it.
they don't look at it, then that's home nation.
Yeah. That's Brown
Bollocks.
Envelope's territory.
I don't know,
I
man.
thought I saw one. Maybe he just threw himself.
Either way, that was shocking defending. Oh, he
And,
did. He did kind of push him, though, didn't he? He kind of, like, from that angle.
Let's see.
We got to get an angle a little earlier.
Yeah.
You can almost see him on the wide
couldn't
shot
see
earlier.
anything.
Man, they've got to at least be looking at that, though, right?
That's really annoying. Stephen Everett, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? What's with the match of the day style content? Big fan, he says. Westy.
Good. We'll keep it coming then. You
Yeah,
tell us what you like. Tell us if there's something you want to see. If you want us to give you some more, we got it.
Disappointed now.
Yeah.
Hurtful.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Brazil was hoping, I think, on Switzerland's goal. They were hoping the push would get called, and it didn't.
Yeah.
No. And I think that was even more of a blatant push, Switzerland's goal, in the back.
Oh no, what was it Miranda?
Miranda, yeah. And Miranda stayed on his feet. He didn't go down, right?
Yeah.
So,
Never got a whistle.
nope.
Someone
Okay.
asked, what does each team need to do differently in the second half to earn 3 points? Push,
Score a goal.
Push players. Yeah.
Honestly, I think Egypt needs to get Salah the ball more. Get it to his
100%.
feet. Get it to his
100%
feet.
agree.
He's not really on the ball. He's not really seeing it at all.
And I guess now with a 1-0 lead, I think for
Don't give them that
Russia,
much space.
you do the opposite. You just clamp down on Salah and you force someone else to beat you.
Why are they giving them that much space? They gotta it's ridiculous.
Come on.
Oh, don't
No. On the box.
Okay, that was good. Right, okay. Don't long ball it. Play the ball
There
around.
you go.
Come
That's
on
better.
there.
Whoa,
Right.
that
Go
was
in
a
and
hack
Salah,
job.
right?
Okay.
Right, go on. Run with it. Don't
Handle
stop.
that. You can handle
Go
that.
on.
No.
Oh, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, okay, hold on.
Ah.
Okay, nice effort, but
Yeah.
we need more of him running up the wing rather than
Yeah.
just fucking ballooning it over.
Yeah. Okay, let's see the wide shot. Wide shot. Here we go.
He did push
Little
him.
nudge. Little nudge.
You
Yeah.
did.
It wasn't a lot, but when the defender's on 1 foot stretching out, he's off balance.
Do you know what it was as well? The replay didn't actually justify it. It didn't show like the 2 or 3 seconds before.
I'll tell you what didn't help the
tough
case
luck.
was that defender wasn't screaming and hollering and making it bit, he just kind of looked there and did one of these, like, I got touched a little. You got to be acting like, your family's just been murdered or something.
Yeah.
You got to sell it a little bit. Even in the replay, they still see the reaction.
So take note.
Take note.
From Miranda
Miranda.
and from Fatih right now. Diving.
Diving's good. Good for
Music.
the game.
It's great for the game. There should be more of it, I say.
You guys call it flopping. Is it flopping as a dive?
That's from basketball.
Is that
we say.
basketball? Do you use that in football as well or soccer as well?
We
or?
say dive more. But
Yeah.
I was
Soccer
trying to
ball.
translate a little to basketball terms.
So Max says bringing Rudy and Ginter and leaving out Sane was probably the worst mistake that any manager has done this World Cup. Those two players are just completely irrelevant and are never going to play because they have better players on the bench for their positions. And yeah, we talked about it before. I think with Sane, I mean, why would you not even have him
It's
in the
hard
team?
to argue against.
Young
yeah.
Player of the Year, Premier League, playing with Man City, won the league. Come on. The Warriors suck, apparently. What are the Warriors and where do you find them? All right, okay.
The Golden
Yeah.
State Warriors. Well, this is the Santa Cruz Warriors. So what do you know about that?
By association would probably still suck. Right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Lakers fan, so. But
So
I've had this shirt since they were rubbish, so I wear it.
Okay. Okay.
It was quote unquote clean
Right,
this
okay.
morning, so so it'll work.
So I think Russia have been kind of one of the biggest surprises of the tournament so far. I mean,
Is a host can you call a host nation a surprise? I mean, is that fair to say?
Yeah.
everyone was writing them off. They were just being seen as kind of like the worst ever host nation team
Ever.
in history, part one, you know.
I'm looking forward to see how they do against Uruguay.
Oh, I'd love to see Uruguay absolutely hammer them.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
What a hat. What a hat.
The Pharaoh.
The Pharaoh hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do we find one of those?
Party City, or down the street.
I don't understand why the keeper is hitting the ball straight up the park all the time.
For
Just
Egypt?
Play it short, like for Egypt. Yeah, play it short. Bring the wingers into it.
So far, it's not really been a great game for either team.
No, not great.
Yeah.
Egypt would pretty fluster now.
Yeah. In chat, who does everyone think is going to win the World Cup after seeing all the teams?
Yeah.
All the teams so far.
Oh man, it's you know, I gotta go Spain.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta go Spain.
What if
Yeah.
they come up against Portugal again? You think?
You just gotta hope Ronaldo doesn't have a game like he did last week, and that was all him. That was all him, man.
He didn't have a lot of help, did he?
Yeah, I think, and I mean, but yeah, I think Spain. It's hard to say. You know, there's always the favorites, Germany. You know, Spain is the only team last World Cup to lose their first match and then go on to win the whole thing,
yeah.
right?
2010, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think the thing with Spain is that they conceded 3 goals versus Portugal, who I don't really rate that too much. They do have Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But having said that, there's no team that's really kind of shone apart from Mexico, in my opinion. I think Mexico have been the strongest so far. Do I think
Are you going to say Mexico's going to win the whole World Cup right now?
I like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I
I wouldn't be surprised.
Really?
Yeah. Now, do they have to play against Brazil in the next round if they do qualify?
Potentially.
Okay, right.
But hey, they
You
could
just
also-
you just gained a lot more fans right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
No,
right.
but I truly believe it. I just thought they were great.
Yeah.
They absolutely outplayed a German team that hasn't lost in years.
So
You know?
we'll see though, because Juan Carlos Osorio is known, right? One of his biggest criticisms is he's known for never having the same lineup
Okay.
from game to game.
a little bit of a tinker.
Always switches it up.
Okay.
So
There's no stability there. Like.
that's the criticism.
Yes,
Yeah.
come on, hit it! Oh! Salah.
There's so many bodies in there. Great flick on.
Oh, dude. Come on.
That
Needs to
was
do
kind
better.
of a- that
Needs
was
to
kind
do
of
better.
It was a push pass with his
It's just-
inside of his foot.
It's just, it doesn't feel like his day, does
It
it?
doesn't. Oh, yes! No! Get
Okay,
onto it.
still there.
Still there.
Still in.
Mi-
Okay, okay,
man,
okay.
that ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Bicycle. Oh God.
I think Mexico's second game will be a good indicator of how the rest of the term's
how
going to
good
go.
they really
yeah,
are.
to see
Okay.
to see the lineup, to see
Yeah.
what
Uh-oh.
Osorio, how he approaches it.
But apparently he kind of, the coach, I'm not going to pronounce his name so I wouldn't know how to, but apparently he is very much into like psychology of the
Okay.
game.
Okay.
And like he really kind of studies the tactics a lot. I think he said
He
he spent
does.
like 6 months studying how the Germans play.
He does.
And
yeah.
they did not expect that team, Mexico, to play like that.
A really cool fun fact I just found out. He, I believe, lived in Liverpool for 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
really?
overlooked
Studied-
Melwood. Yeah.
He found a house across the street from Melwood.
Right.
And talked to the owners of the house, older couple, and ended up living in their second floor room.
Really?
To watch Liverpool train.
So it is thanks to Liverpool that Mexico beat Germany. It's official.
I could see
Write it
Liverpool
down.
adopting sort of Mexico as like the Liverpool team to follow. You know, other than Egypt because of Salah.
Right. And Senegal because of Mane.
Exactly.
And Croatia because of Lovren.
Wow.
And England because of Hendo. Trent. I want to see Trent get some minutes, man. I want to see Trent get some minutes.
I think he would be great in that system.
Get it out. Nice. Okay, well done. And again. Oh, high foot.
I think his head. Put his head down.
Max says the worst host nation team is going to be Canada in 2026 when they host the World Cup.
Oh,
Has Canada ever qualified for a World Cup?
Don't think so.
Women's World Cup?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I don't know too much
pretty
about
fair.
Canada. I mean, in terms
Lovely
of like
place.
Well, yeah, I
Lovely
heard.
people.
Yeah,
I
a
haven't
lot of
been.
snow. I heard.
Haven't been. My grandpa's from Canada.
Oh,
Is
okay.
he?
Never been though.
What
yeah.
city?
I could get my way into a Canadian citizenship if I wanted to. I have no idea what city. No clue.
Haven't visited him much, huh?
No.
Ah.
No, I haven't.
But hey, you know what? Maybe
But
for
I know it-
2026.
Yeah.
Hey, I just need a place to stay, right? That's me.
You know, Canada. So Canada has what? They have 8 years to prepare, right? To maybe find any other
Find a player,
nationals,
yeah. I
any,
guess-
any other mixed bloods out there who,
Yeah,
who can play
exactly.
for their team. They could persuade.
They might take you up on that passport idea, actually.
I would.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
that's
quality.
unbelievable.
That's it.
Well, that is it. Well,
Cherchev?
Yeah. I mean, great for him. Great for him. He's.
great for Putin. Delighted for him.
I can't share that sentiment.
Cheer for him.
I'm not surprised Cherchev's doing well, man. I mean, he's one of the few Russian players that plays outside of Russia. He was with Valencia, I think, in Spain.
Yeah. He went to Sevilla on loan or something. Is it Villarreal? I think he's at.
Is it Villarreal?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of did the little carousel after Real Madrid thing didn't work out, right?
Yeah, so he signed for Real Madrid as a youth player in 2002, but he hasn't really kind of shone, or he didn't shine for Real Madrid back then. But I mean, he's decent. It was a great finish.
Yeah, just one time.
Yeah,
Open up.
great ball in as well.
Great run from Fernandez.
Yeah,
Great ball.
you got to give him credit for that. Like through the
The legs.
Oh, no. So they've scored 7 goals, conceded 0 so far in this World Cup.
And by far the hardest group, as we all know, right? Saudi Arabia and Egypt have played thus far.
Now, if this holds, if they get the 3 points in the game against Uruguay, shouldn't really mean much.
So the 5-0 win against Saudi Arabia was the biggest victory by a host nation in an opening game since Italy beat the USA by 7 goals to 1
Oof.
in 1934.
Great year.
1934?
Yeah.
They won that World Cup, Italy.
Did they?
34 and
Really?
38.
Yeah. Okay.
That was with the manager we spoke about the other day, who's won 2 World Cups.
Oh yes, that's right. Actually, yeah. Victorio Pozzi, I think maybe.
Infamous.
Yes, yeah. World renowned.
Yes, as we all
Universally
know.
accepted. Okay. His name is. I was right. Victorio Pozzo.
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 Oh, there it is. That's 3.
Oh no.
It's all
all over.
All
falling
fell
down,
apart.
Yeah.
You said 5-0. You just want to switch teams on
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Yeah. God.
Cherchev again. I thought that was. I thought that
What's the
was
celebration? What's going on here?
What is that?
hand on top of the head. Oh man.
Existence. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're well, man.
Okay.
Looking back now on that Uruguay late goal against Egypt in the first game.
It must have shattered them.
That was it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
The header.
Route 1. Falls for him. Beats someone. Buries it.
Just boom, chest
Wow.
down.
That was actually a really nice goal.
That was great.
Take it out of the
Yeah.
air with the chest. Beat
Yeah.
someone.
Defending. Oh man.
It's game over, isn't it?
That's it now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
30
I mean,
minutes.
Egypt. What has Egypt shown that they could maybe get back into this? Not much. Not much.
I mean, they're gonna have to yet to score any goals. I mean, now they need 3 in 30 minutes. Not good. They need a couple more Salahs, I'd say.
They need 11 Salahs, I think, really.
Yeah.
Here's a quiz question for you, or trivia. Who was the top goal scorer in the 2014 World Cup? The top goal scorer.
Wasn't that
Hamas?
Was it Hamas or Mueller?
Oh yeah, it was,
I
wasn't
think it was Mueller. Didn't he score 5?
He always does.
Thomas? Was it Thomas?
I think it was.
I'll say Thomas.
Yeah.
Mueller.
Big meaty clacker say to him, bro. He says, someone better get some urine samples off these Russian players. Something fishy is going on here.
test their B sample.
Their what sample?
You know, they always take the A sample and the
their
B
B
sample.
sample.
So like, World WADA, whatever, WADA, they're always like, test your A sample, but then you can like challenge it and say like, all right, test my B sample, but if it doesn't come out clean or something, then it's like a harsher punishment or something like that.
Okay.
So the correct answer to that quiz question was James.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. Apologies.
Wow.
I should be sacked as the quiz master.
There you go, Sebi.
Yeah. And then he moved to Madrid.
Yeah.
Apparently after
Oh,
that.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't remember obviously how many goals he scored, but I do remember the one goal he scored, man. That when he pivoted,
The volley.
Yeah, the volley. Yeah. I think that was goal of the tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was great.
Was it against Chile?
Golazo,
Who was
man.
it against? Uruguay. Maybe it was against Uruguay. I can't remember. Times are so different then, though. Remember how his future was bright, linked with Real Madrid.
In fairness to him, though, he's actually come back and had a good season with Bayern.
Uh-huh.
I think he still has the potential. There is something there, but I mean, he didn't really kind of get his game with Madrid when he first kind of went over.
He didn't start this morning, though. He came off the bench. I was surprised.
He was injured, I think.
Was
wasn't
he?
Yeah, I think he was injured.
Could have used him. Salah's injured, but he's...
Here's one for you. Which football World Cup was the first to broadcast in colour?
Oh.
It's quite topical.
Wow.
Okay. Topical. I'm going to go with not 34.
It's not 34, correct?
I believe 66 was still black and white. I think they like any color you've seen is like restored.
Big Mini Clacker says 1966.
Is it?
It may or may not be.
I feel like it's 70. I want to say 70.
I'll say 74.
Sefi Sanchez has got 2 out of 2 in the quiz so far.
Wow.
1970.
You know what? Because I remember that Brazil team goal that everyone loves, and that I can't remember who they scored against in 1970. I know that was color when they run around and everybody touches it once.
Yeah.
And then they bang it in at the end, and so a lot of people say that's the greatest goal ever scored, and I do know that was in color.
Yeah.
And I remember 66.
That's when England won the World Cup in '66.
Jeff Hurst, the only man to score a hat trick in the World Cup final.
Yeah, they think it's all over. It is now.
It is now.
Yeah.
They're out on the I thought that was black and white, but I know someone's done like a color restoration recently or something.
We still haven't heard the end of that 1966 victory for England. They still go on about it. God love them. So yeah, Madrid paid 80 million for James and then set him on the bench for a year. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Sounds like something Madrid would do.
Got another comment. Despite my love for Salah, probably best to have the hosts make the knockout stages. Improves the overall atmosphere for all the clubs. I don't know if I agree with that.
No.
The Russians aren't even going to their own matches. These stadiums have been kind of empty for their own. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, no disrespect to Russia. I just don't like them, so.
But I think that's kind of a... Hey,
that's not disrespectful.
America isn't high on people's list right now here either, so I understand. But I don't know. I just feel like if that's true, you want players or a country you like and have an affinity towards it. Not many people are really that in love with Russia. Or it's like an exciting brand. If this was 2018, I'd say absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that team's exciting. There's players who you knew were going to go on to bigger things.
Yeah.
That was, they could play villain or something like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, all jokes aside, I mean, I think like that they're actually playing really good football here. They've impressed me so far, and I was completely wrong.
Sloppy.
Yeah.
Another statistic here that Salah scored 71% of the goals to get Egypt to the World Cup.
Wow.
71%.
So this is
So it just kind of goes to show like they're over
Over
kind of
reliant,
reliance
yeah.
on the player like
obviously a
that.
team with that relies on one man.
It's one of those stats that's like overwhelming, and yet I'm very little surprised at all.
Oh,
Okay.
right, come on
okay.
now. Here we go.
Okay.
See, that's the
on the right
touch.
foot, yeah.
That is the touch,
It's
man.
not. He's not sharp. It's not sharp. He wants it too badly.
Yeah. The pressure is definitely getting to him.
Still pushing though.
Big Meaty Clackers is trolling me here, but he says, the hand of God, who did it better, Maradona or Thierry Henry?
Aww.
Wow. Don't mention the war, Paul. Come on, like, Jesus.
You know, I will say to Henry's credit, he admitted it. He said, "Yeah." I
No,
mean,
but yeah, he did. But like,
Not in the moment.
Not in the moment, you know. But I mean, the thing is, would you do the same?
everyone would.
Do you reckon?
And he wasn't. I don't think he was trying to. I think it was just kind of.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those things that just kind of
Yeah.
happened.
Where was VAR back then? That's what I want to know.
That was brutal.
Yeah, that was.
I can't believe that.
But in fairness to Maradona, like he scored another great goal in the World Cup against England, which was.
But he did it after that. Does that goal happen if he doesn't get the hand first?
No,
No, I
of
mean-
course not. No.
That's probably one of the best goals ever in the World Cup. Is there anyone better?
I think that's it for me. That's
Yeah.
it.
In terms of like dribbling past, was it 4 or 5 players?
Everyone.
And like the defenders that England had at the time were like, it was Terry Butcher, I think, who was an absolute stalwart, kind of like really got stuck in, hard to get past, and he just danced past him, you know.
So how you feeling about your 2 for 2 on the quiz master?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed.
Yeah.
I got
Looks can be deceptive, you know.
yeah.
right.
a whole lot. There's a lot going on up here.
Yeah.
It's- yeah. I got a few. Someone hit me up earlier. Fun game. Which team at this World Cup would benefit
Wow.
most from a single player, a past player in their prime? What country would it be? Like if you said Argentina could have Maradona, or
Repeat the question again.
what country in this World Cup
Yeah.
would benefit most from having one of their past players?
Okay.
And what country would it be?
I'd say, good question, really good question. I would say for England, I would say they're kind of lacking in the kind of centre of the park. So I would probably say Steven Gerrard.
Really?
Yeah, or...
Penalty!
Come on now. Right, here we go. Come on now.
Outside the box?
What?
What?
Get
the TV.
Get the TVs out.
I love that. This is
Yeah.
a new thing we're
Yeah.
going to be
You
seeing
know what?
all the
But
time.
Sponsored by Samsung.
From what I understand, players are supposed to get yellow cards if they ever go to the ref and make the sign.
Hey,
for
that's
the-
blatantly inside the box, ref. Come on now.
Giving that outside the box is a total
look to you.
cop out of I don't want to have to award a penalty for a weak foul.
Yeah.
How do you call that outside of the box, man? Come on.
Come on, like a ref. Come on. Neuberg says, I'm so nervous for Denmark in the next game against Australia. I want to win so bad. Come on, Denmark. Good luck, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Yeah.
It's gettable.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Australia's game either.
Come on. I think-
Penalty. He's giving it.
Right, here we go.
Come on. Plenty of time.
18 minutes. We need 2 more
Who's
after
taking
this, he
this?
scores.
You know who's taking
it? Who's taking this?
Ben Youssef.
Quiz number 3. Quiz number 3. Who's taking this, Eddie?
Someone from Al Ali.
Yeah. Right.
Where does he go?
Come on now.
I think
I'm
he goes
so nervous
hard
right now,
to the
man.
right.
Come on.
I'm so nervous right
He's
now.
going to go bullet, mid-level to the right.
Come on.
And I reckon he uses his left foot.
Come on, Mo. Come on, Mo.
I can fav.
I'm saying left side, low.
Right. Come on now. Gets it! Come on.
There he is.
What a PK, man.
That was a rip. Did he go straight down Broadway? What was
I
that?
think he did. Or did he go to the right?
I think it looked like he went to the right.
Little kiss for luck.
Smash it.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I think did he look up or did he? No, he knew the whole time what he was doing.
Great goal. Great penalty. Great penalty.
Come on.
Some 20 minutes left, maybe.
Max says, why are then Egypt not basing their play more on giving the ball to Salah?
That's what we were talking about earlier.
You
I
and
think,
all of us have probably been
yeah.
asking that.
No clue. No clue.
Do you know what? That goal might give him confidence. It might just kind of give him the ability then to kind of be able to kind of get in the ball a little bit more, even if he is not 100% fit.
Why, did you think it was going to discourage them? Shit, we just scored. All right, guys. I'm sorry.
No, but you know the way, like, the adrenaline might be pumping now. Like,
now they feel like they took storm momentum and can maybe push on.
Yeah.
All it takes is you get two, and then you go, we're in with a chance. You never
Yeah.
know what can happen in the last 2 minutes throwing
Exactly.
balls up.
Yeah.
So you just want a chance.
Yeah. Clacker says, Gerrard or Lampard for England.
Just not at the same time.
Not the same, yeah. And then he says Torres or David Villa for Spain.
Villa for Spain was clinical.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's still playing, isn't he, for New York?
NYFC.
Yeah. Are they
NYCFC.
Are they any good or are they?
He did well for them.
Right.
Via?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The thing is, I don't know. Does he work with Diego Costa? I don't know.
Oh. Two kind of different players.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Costa.
Ooh, that could have been 4. Yeah, back to that question. I gotta think about that a little bit. Colombia, I don't know. What player? What team?
And Clackers also says Germany could have used Klose the other night, which is true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Miroslav.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's someone on Argentina that would have. I mean, the easy answer is Maradona, but I think that's just putting another Messi out there, which is great, but that doesn't solve all their problems.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
You know, I was almost thinking like
Pele for Brazil, but I mean, actually Pele for Brazil actually wouldn't be a bad shout.
you throw Pelé in aside, it's never.
Yeah, he might make the team a little bit better. But I mean, if you're kind of relying on Gabriel Jesus, who don't get me wrong, is a decent striker, but like Pele is on another level.
I'll say.
Or Ronaldo, other Ronaldo. Love to have him in his prime.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, big time.
That was a tank.
What about Zidane for France?
Good show. Very good show. The thing with France, though, is that... Go on. Oh, keeper, what are you doing? Oh. The thing with France is that they've so many good players in every single position on the pitch.
Yeah.
That has to be the most kind of talented group, I think, out of any other team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, when you look at that,
Pound for pound.
it's all.
Yeah. So Egypt now need to, create a few more chances. They need to get the ball up a little bit more. They need to play a few more players up the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to take a chance. They just need to take a chance.
Got another one for you. How about Michael Laudrup for Denmark?
Great show. Great show.
In terms of making an impact on a team?
Massive, yeah.
I'll say Borghetti for Mexico.
Really?
Borghetti.
You're a big fan?
Mm-hmm.
You love that goal he had against Italy in, what was it, 2002? The neck goal?
Yeah.
He craned around.
Yeah.
Maybe JJ Okocha for Nigeria. They looked a little bit boring, no flair.
So here's one for a bit of a stat here. Egypt have failed to score in the last 3 World Cup matches, apart from today, but their last goal was also a penalty in 1990 versus the Netherlands, a goal scored by Abdel Ghani.
Huh.
I believe their last non-penalty kick goal was in 34.
Wow.
The World Cup.
Interesting. That was the year that our mate Pozzo won it for
Great
Italy.
year.
Yeah, great year.
Great
Vintage,
year.
actually. Vintage, I think.
That was fascist Italy that won 34 and 38.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, penalty!
Ref!
Come on.
You got to ask.
Samsung
He wasn't.
or LG. Come on, how is that not? They need to
wanna
be
see a
looking
little-
at that. We need to be looking at it again.
They might be.
Look at Hector Cooper on the side is going, listen, I saw that. That was a penalty.
Yeah.
Wait.
Get
Let's
the
see.
TV out. Look, he was. Come on! Referee!
There's a little hand to
What?
face. If Kyle Walker gets
Good
called,
luck to you.
Wow.
That is a joke. That is an absolute joke.
I think that is a penalty.
It's a penalty in the yellow, man.
WWE.
It's a penalty in the yellow.
Why is he not looking at it? Oh, come on. This is really frustrating.
Is Putin at this game? I haven't seen a shot of him yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he might be actually standing in front of the VAR.
That's why they haven't cut back to
Yeah.
the room, right?
Yeah,
They haven't
exactly,
shown the
yeah,
room
yeah.
anymore.
He's walking around. Nothing to see here. It's all good.
Turning monitors
Turn-
off.
turn mon-
Yeah.
This is a great chip by Nyberg. Denmark could really use a good striker like Jan Dahl Thomasen, who used to play for Denmark in the 2000s, I think.
2000s, yeah. He played for Milan too.
That's right. Yeah.
I'd take a lot Laudrup. I'd put him over Thomas any
Yeah.
day. I think. I don't know. What do I know about Danish football though? Daniel Agger. That's what you need. There you go.
Christian
Agger.
Eriksen.
It's a
Christian Eriksen. Yeah.
Liverpool answer.
The dagger.
The dagger.
I wonder what they're saying on social media about that penalty decision or penalty, non-penalty that should have been.
Take a little gander here.
People better be upset.
Yeah.
Up in arms.
Yeah.
Better be upset about that.
Because in fairness, the exact same thing happened to Harry Kane yesterday. That was a
Right.
definite
That's
penalty.
what I was thinking. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's twice now. Apparently they have a new kind of head of the VAR where they actually oversee the actual VAR. So there's 5 lads there in the studio. You know, surely, you know, they could go to him or go to them.
Well, so I guess what I'm still not clear on is in what scenarios is the VAR allowed to be
Yeah.
used?
It has to be in a situation where they think it's a foul or a penalty or an offside decision, but it has to be questionable whether the referee didn't see it. So if the referee goes, listen, I don't really know, I didn't fully see it, they have to go to the VAR.
Okay.
But I mean, there's linesmen there as well. Like, I mean, you know, there's
Yeah.
so many people that could see that.
Yeah.
Can they make it 4?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, they're
Uh-oh.
about to.
Too much.
Well done.
Good defending.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Get the ball. Go on, run.
Go, Higazi.
Get out.
There you go.
Yes,
Yes,
there we go.
Higazi.
No one there.
Apparently, Sepp Blatter has arrived in Moscow to watch some World Cup games at the personal invitation of Vladimir Putin.
I think, yeah.
That was
VIP.
Nice.
Yeah.
VIP.
Back to the player country question.
Yeah.
You know who I'd like to see with Russia is Arshavin.
2008
Shout.
Arshavin?
Yeah.
I remember watching him for the first time in the Euros before. Which Euros was it?
2008.
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
And I liked watching Russia back then.
Yeah.
They were fun.
2008,
They were a fun
exciting,
team.
They were a
man.
good team to watch.
Arshavin.
Zagoev, that was his like coming out party. He scored a couple goals early. Yeah, that was a fun team.
Yeah.
Croatia could really use a player like Davor Suker.
Ooh, that's a great shout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Forlan for Uruguay.
Forlan. I was thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
During
Yeah.
your guys' first game. Man, Diego would be great.
Or Carlos Valderrama for Colombia. They could use someone like
Great
him
shout.
pulling the strings.
Yeah. Great shout.
I love that question, if only just to go down memory lane and think of like,
Yeah.
Back in the day.
yeah,
great
the
players.
good old days.
Yeah.
1934. Oh,
Can you remember that goalkeeper that Colombia used to have, Rene Higuita?
Higuita, who
Oh,
did
yeah.
the scorpion kick.
Yeah, the
yeah.
scorpion
Oh,
kicker
yeah.
versus England. Yeah.
Was he a good? I mean, everyone knows that the first thing you think of is that clip, that scorpion. But was he a good keeper? I mean, he was decent, right?
I mean, yeah, like he was obviously quite flamboyant, like in what he did, like. But I mean, you know, he was number 1 goalkeeper, so you got to be
Yeah.
decent enough to be holding down that spot.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's another question: do you think Denmark can beat Australia?
yes.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Again, I didn't watch the Australia's first game. So I don't know how they looked.
Yeah, in fairness to Australia, I think they played very, very well against France.
Jedinek got the penalty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Denmark have a player that's going to change any game, and that's Christian Eriksen.
Yeah.
I don't think Australia have the same amount of flair
No.
and creativity that Denmark have. So
The best player on the pitch is for sure is in a Denmark shirt.
yeah, exactly. Now, in fairness, Australia give it all. You know, they've a few decent players, but not the same level, I don't think, as Denmark. So I'd say Denmark will probably win, even though I want them to lose badly. I want them to lose by at least 5 goals.
I think the game's for the taking if you're Denmark. If you're Denmark, you go into that without fear, and I think.
What about Hugo Sanchez from
For
Mexico?
Mexico?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was like an out-and-out kind of striker, wasn't he? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Played for Real.
That's what I get the Mexico Germany game. Could have. I mean, who knows what could have been if Mexico could have been better with their final pass and their pass in the final third. How many passes they missed? They had so many counterattacks, and they just couldn't find that last pass, man. Like Chicharito played that ball looked like too heavy for Vela, and Vela would have been in if it was a little less on it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think they could have scored a lot of goals actually against.
Yeah.
They could have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
think
could
they could
have.
at least have like 3 or 4 at least. Mr. Mass is still salty about the 5-1 defeat. I am actually, yeah. I'm a little bit touchy at the moment.
A little sensitive.
It's
huh?
like when you go through a breakup, you never really get over
over
it
it,
until
you
the
don't.
next one. So like
Yeah.
next qualifying, then
Yeah, then I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just takes time.
Yeah. Time is a good healer.
is that a handball?
It's the best. How much stoppage do you think we're gonna have here? 3, 4?
3 or 4,
Maybe,
yeah.
three or four.
Not really any injuries.
No. Well, the penalty there was that. Oh, that was. I guess that was along the VAR review.
Oh, true.
So maybe
true.
we have 4. But I mean,
Okay,
I've been
so
looking
about 10 minutes.
to stoppage times, and usually it's like 3 or 4, and it's been maybe more like 4 or 5 this World Cup. But you got to say that's a success for VAR. Like one more minute to get things right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to make it a little more fair.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Here's one for you. Who scored 2 goals in the 1998 World Cup final?
Zidane. Both headers, weren't they?
Yeah, at this point,
I'm goddamn sorry.
I have no clue.
Should I
I'm
let
gonna
you-
go.
should I
no,
give
I'm
you
gonna
a
go with-
chance?
I'm gonna go with
Should I
Sevi.
give
No,
you a
I'm gonna go with
chance?
Sevi.
It's
I'm
3 out
gonna
of 3,
go
but
with
come
Sevi.
on now, come on.
I'm gonna go with Sevi, man.
Give
know,
him a chance,
I'm-
man.
I'm-
Jesus.
You know what? I
Mr.
do.
Trivia.
I do
Next
know.
question, I say what Sevi says.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What
I'll
Sevi
tell you,
says, I say.
for some reson, I have like all of the World Cup winners memorized.
Yeah.
I didn't intentionally do that. I just sat down one day and said, "Can I name them all in order?" And I did.
Yeah.
And just I kind of think back from there.
Yeah.
Like the one player or moment, and I remember '98 was the Zidane final.
Yeah.
The night before, that was when we were talking about when Ronaldo got food poisoning or whatever, and was
That's
having
right.
convulsions.
That's
and-
right, yeah. What was the real kind of story behind that, though? Because
I don't know.
was there something to do with like Nike didn't want him to play, or
Oh, that was what
Some brand
Platini
influence.
came out the other day and said, "Oh yeah, we rigged that draw so France and Brazil would only meet in the final, assuming they won their groups."
was he serious though?
Yes, he was serious.
So that makes me really annoyed.
So if that is something that gets admitted, what
What else?
Yeah.
what else were they willing to do and not?
Exactly.
That was great. Russia really compact. That was a hell of a cross. I don't know how
Yeah.
you got that off.
Okay, one more right now.
It's just the thing is the serving the balls in the box. Russia's fine dealing with that.
Yeah. They have the height
Yeah,
advantage.
exactly.
Yeah, they're solid. They're very, very solid.
Go. Like that cross. What
Yeah,
is
that's-
that going to do?
Oh, go on, Salah, yes! Oh, come on.
Deflected.
Was it?
Yeah, but I think it's a rubbish shot anyway.
Yeah.
He looks a little off the pace.
Yeah. Oh, that
You got kicked
free,
a little bit
yeah.
there.
Oh no, hit his own guy.
Just leaning back. Whenever you lean
Yeah.
back, you're always going to
Always
sky
sail it.
Yeah.
The neutrals are all cheering for Egypt, right?
Of course, yeah.
Oh,
Great
nice
back heel.
play.
Yeah,
Good
they're playing
tackle.
very well. They're
Oh
playing
my
very
God!
well. You got to give them credit for this. Now.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's a
don't know.
great tackle.
This is running out of time.
Yeah, this game's over.
So Norberg says, what team is the worst at the World Cup? He thinks the Saudis are really poor performance in their first game.
Yeah, I don't see Saudi Arabia doing much better than that, or showing anything more than what they showed us in the first match.
Maybe Panama was pretty bad. I don't know. Or I don't know. One of those two. Definitely between those two for me.
Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for Saudi Arabia. Not only the fact that they're actually getting punished after the World Cup,
Yeah.
but the fact that they're just losing 5-0 in any game, and especially like the first match of the World Cup as well, when the eyes of the world are on you.
Yeah, that's demoralizing.
Yeah.
So, with Salah scoring, it means that the Premier League Golden Boot winner has scored in each of the last World Cup tournaments. 2006, Henry scored 3.
Okay.
2010, Drogba had 1. 2014, Suarez had a brace, and now Salah.
That's interesting. Yeah. That's nice that.
Maybe that's not actually that impressive. Very good player who scores a lot of goals goes on to score more.
Yeah, but I mean, at least they're.
Don't hit it. Oh, that is
It was-
just the worst.
That's just bad, man.
What could he have done? Let's see. Did he have time to maybe put on his right, get down to the line, and put a cross in, put a ball in?
He looks like one step off. He's one step off of where he normally is.
But the thing with that stat is though as well is that like Salah is playing with Egypt.
True.
So like they're no great shakes. Like,
And Drogba was playing with Ivory Coast, and I believe they're in a tough group. It was like Serbia, Montenegro, and Argentina, and someone else was in that group.
Okay.
So that was
right. Yeah.
Henry, of course, you'd expect.
Yeah. Just looking at the Russian World Cup squad, like a lot of them play in Russia.
Yeah.
Whereas I think in years gone by, a lot of the players used to play outside of Russia. They used to play in like the top leagues.
Yeah.
So it kind of just shows like that the quality isn't there right now.
The results are, though.
The results are, yeah, absolutely.
4 minutes added. This is it for Egypt. There you go. If you have any hope, you got to score on this counterattack. Maybe pass? Maybe think about passing?
Nice. In the box. Oh, that was shocking.
That was a terrible ball. You put it behind the line of defense.
Exactly, and that's not the first time they've done that as well.
No. They're not a side built to whip in crosses, and this is what they're doing. I mean, I get it at the 92nd minute, but they've been doing this all match, right?
Yeah. So much for Hector Cooper, the guy that we were kind of saying that was experienced manager, getting to a couple
keep
of
the
teams.
game tight. And
Yeah. He hasn't really kind of changed too much. The thing is, though, right? Do you think that the pressure is just too much for these players, or do you reckon that they're just not good enough?
I'd say it's a combination of both. It's a combination of both. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably on the whole. Okay, so Egypt has the one pure superstar out here. Other than that, all other players considered, the Russian team is probably still superior, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
I think the other thing to kind of consider as well is that it's Russia are playing at home.
Oh yeah.
You know?
sure.
Oh yeah.
Can they get a consolation goal? Come on. Have a
Hit
go.
it.
Have a go.
Hit it.
Have a go. Wow.
Yeah. Foul?
Penalty.
No, I think he fell over.
This is it for Egypt, right?
This is it, last
Yeah.
minute.
Lose this, there's no chance going through.
They're done. They would have to. What would need to happen? So they would need Uruguay to lose their next 2 matches.
Yeah. And then to score a
Assuming
load of
Saudi
goals.
Arabia's not going to win or get any points.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're banking on Saudi Arabia to beat to hold Uruguay to.
That's, yeah.
Nah, this is
It's a
it.
tough
Yeah.
ask, man. It's a tough ask.
Although, like, having said that, there's been so many upsets. There's been so many shocks during this World Cup.
Yeah.
That
You
say-
fancy a bet? I'll give you some good odds on that.
Yeah. Okay. What are we talking about then? Right. What are we talking about?
For Saudi Arabia to beat Uruguay,
Or for Saudi Arabia to get a point?
a point doesn't do it because that'll put them on 4, and Egypt can only get 3, and Russia have 6.
Yeah.
So it's over.
Well, well done to Russia. They were
Yeah.
great. They were
They're-
very, very
yeah.
good. They deserved it.
For not looking good at all, kind of first half, to then have that kind of whatever span where they kind of turned it on.
Yeah.
Turned it on. They played well.
Got another question. Any chance Russia tops this group? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 points out of
I'd say-
6.
They've got great goal difference,
6.
and now assuming Uruguay beats Saudi Arabia, then probably a draw against Uruguay is good enough to top the group. And
Yeah.
Uruguay wasn't that threatening. They're a little. Suarez was misfiring. They're not as strong as they've been in the past. Absolutely, I think Russia are in a great chance. The question is then, do you want to play Portugal or do you want to play Spain
Spain.
next? How much of a difference does that make, and who's going to win that group? So, the reward might not be that great. But
The reward might be playing against Spain, so. So that's the first time that they've qualified out of a group since 1990, 94 maybe.
Good for Russia.
Yeah. No,
Good
well
for
done.
them.
They
Good for
did
them.
very well.
wow, through to the knockout stage.
If
That's
I
amazing.
have to look at this in a positive light, being in a selfish way, now there's no chance of Egypt to go through. Really, let's get Salah back to Melwood. Let's
Yeah.
get him.
You think
Let's
Liverpool's
fly
on the
him back.
phone saying, guys,
Yeah.
if you roll him out
It's
there
over.
for that
Come
third
on now.
game, what's
Yeah.
the point?
Right.
He scored. You guys didn't get blanked this World Cup, right? Like,
Yeah.
what more do you? Why risk him? Why even risk him?
Yeah.
Start thinking about AFCON qualifying, right? Is what you're saying. You're trying to sell it.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll play.
Should we look at some of the
Yeah,
final?
let's look at a few statistics.
What should we look at? You want to look at analysis? You want to look at comparisons, or
Whatever you
tell
think.
me?
Whatever you think.
Maybe we'll just jump straight into analysis here.
Okay.
Maybe we'll go with. We'll start at the very beginning here.
Okay, so roughly 50-50 in terms of percentage. Surprising actually that 24.4% down on the Russian end. It wasn't too much more down the Egyptian end. So again, it showed you that that Egypt were trying to get down into those positions. They were less effective, obviously, but the game was mostly being played down the middle.
Looking at possession, it kind of makes it seem like it was an even match.
It
Was
does.
it? Was it, or was Russia superior?
Russia were a lot more kind of clinical, a lot more superior, I think, in their build-up play. It kind of just goes to show as well, like that, they were creating more chances, and in that kind of final third, Egypt really, really struggled.
Well, let's see if we can see that in the shot plot. Looking at Russia's first.
Yeah, so I mean, they did miss quite a few chances, a few blocks in there as well. The keeper made a save. They tended to kind of go outside the box for a lot of shots, but the goals kind of came from just outside the 6-yard box.
And of course, the own goal that isn't pictured here. A
Yeah.
little bit of luck on that for sure.
Kind
no?
of felt bad for the Egyptian guy. Although, do you reckon he was pushed? Do you reckon there was a bit of a
There
shove?
was a shove.
Yeah,
There was a shove.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one that it's tough to call because he fell because the defender was on one foot leaning in to make a challenge. So
Yeah.
it's like the slightest little touch
Yeah.
does. So this referee's going to call one of these little touches, but
Yeah.
that's enough to put him over and
Yeah.
put the ball in the back of your own net.
Yeah.
Was that their undoing as soon as that goal went in? Was that doom for Egypt?
Yeah, I mean, I think they were already lacking in confidence, so that definitely didn't help. The other thing that didn't help as well is their ability to be able to take shots, as you can see here. Missed 8 out of 13. Yeah, the goal from Salah was the penalty. Okay, fair enough, but that was their only shot.
Looking at
Only
some of their shots, it
on
looks
target.
like they were maybe about a yard and a half wide right. Maybe
Exactly,
just
yeah.
recalibrate a little
Yeah.
bit more and keep those on frame. Let's look at the average positions that the players spent throughout the game.
Okay, so yeah, Russia were playing very, very deep. Again, they were kind of using the wing backs to kind of create the chances up the 2 wings. What do you think of Egypt?
Well, Salah, we noticed in the first half, was actually a bit further up the
That's
pitch.
right, yeah.
And he probably had to drop back even further just to get some of the ball. And then when the subs came on, not much difference. Look at the Russian subs,
Yeah,
even further up the field. You would think they were the
Yeah.
team that was pushing on for the goal, right?
yeah. It kind of looks as well as that the wing backs were kind of getting involved with the 1-2s with the midfielders. Whereas if you look at the Egyptian side, is that the wing backs are very, very kind of open. They're in a lot
Isolated.
of space, isolated. Exactly the word I'm looking for. And that was the difference there. They got these players who can create the chances involved in the game, whereas Egypt didn't. .430 passes. Nice bit of artwork here. 332 successful, 92 unsuccessful, 6 chances created.
What I'm seeing here
What are you
is,
seeing?
as the game went on, this became more chaotic and they had less of a plan. It was
Yes.
it was desperate.
Yeah.
There was no real tactics. He kind of felt like Egyptian manager. What's his name?
Hector Cooper.
Maybe he didn't really know what to do or couldn't communicate any sort of strategy to the players. Where it just became,
It looked like they didn't have a plan.
it was a bit schoolyard at the end.
Very much so, yeah.
Russia, on the other hand, much more composed as the game went on. Obviously, goals helped that, but
Yeah, again, how many passes did Egypt have? I think they had around the same, did they? 415 or something like, yeah. So again, it kind of goes to show like the chances that Russia could actually create the chances, and Egypt were just really kind of all over the place.
I mean, not even a lot of passing in the final third there. That wasn't really out. The wings only is where they were able to pass it. So it wasn't totally dominant, but this seems to have more cohesion than what we saw previously when looking at Egypt's.
Okay.
Should we look at Mo Salah's shot plot? I
Yeah,
forget
let's
to,
have a look at it.
It'll be talked about, so we might as well get the jump on it.
Yeah, well, that says it all. I know he scored the goal, the penalty, but I mean, Salah, you'd expect him to get a few on target.
Didn't look right, did he?
Yeah, there was even like when he got the ball a couple of times, you could see like that his first touch was missing.
It's a little heavy, or
Yeah, it was too much. Like so, I mean, maybe he's not match fit. Obviously, his shoulder is slightly injured, but I mean, the chance that he had in the first half, we see this big red arrow. I reckon if he was 100%, that would have been.
He
in
curls
the
that
corner.
in.
That's in the corner. Like, yeah.
If you're a little quicker, then you can get your foot just a little around
Yeah,
the ball where you
exactly.
keep it on.
Yeah.
Should we look at Cherishev's touch map? I feel like we'll see in Salah's here first.
Okay, yeah.
Just not enough.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect him to have a little bit more touches on the right-hand side of the pitch as well. You want to kind of see him hug the kind of the sideline here as well, running with the ball more. He did get a lot of touches here, in the box, but they weren't effective.
I mean, looking at Cherishev, this is what you want to see for Salah, something more like this.
Exactly right. Yeah. So he got involved up the wings. 48 touches of the passes or the ball altogether. That's what Salah should have been like.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it should have been like on the other side.
And again, his heat map just kind of confirming what we're seeing. Very, very positionally sound, but also he didn't look stifled. He didn't look like he had, blinders on. He had some freedom, obviously popped up to get close to the goal there,
Yeah.
but much more disciplined than Mo Salah. This is the map of a player who's trying to do too much, or
Exactly.
has to do
Yeah.
more than what he should be doing.
It kind of shows the over kind of reliance on a player like this when he's playing or he's getting loads of touches outside of the position that he's actually meant to be playing in.
Correct.
But having said that, you know, it does kind of show that he was trying, but it just wasn't working out for him. Yeah, a few yellow marks here around the box. Again, a few red marks inside the box. So it just didn't work out for him. What about I want to see how Trezeguet did actually.
Sure. Passes, heat map. What would you like to see?
Let's have a look at passes actually.
Sure.
Because he was kind of being seen as one of their kind of major kind of creative forces.
Okay.
Did he actually kind of deliver? I don't think he really did. I didn't really see too much of him.
Yeah, he was pretty
Pretty kind of quiet, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
invisible.
So where are these passes going? So 22 successful. They're not, a lot of them are going back. A lot of them are going back. But can we have a look at the?
Forward passes
Yeah.
only.
There you
8.
go. There you go. Look at that.
And only 2 in the attacking half.
Yeah. That's
That's poor. That's
that,
poor.
that
is what it
shows.
is.
That just kind of shows there what they were lacking.
There's a bit of naivety almost, you know,
Yeah.
not really knowing where to go, not having the composure to pick out a man and
Exactly.
play
Yeah.
your game. It's a bit sad.
So that's the difference there between the two sides, I think.
I believe we also said El Nene needed to have a good
Yeah.
game. Let's look at all of his passes.
Yeah, he made 44 against Uruguay. Successful passes, I think it was. And this time it was only 18.
Not good enough.
Not good enough at all.
Not stamping your influence on the game. You expect a player of that quality or
Yeah.
a player at Arsenal to do.
Yeah, one thing I'm kind of noticing here from these is that he is trying to get the ball out to the right-hand side where Salah is, but there's not as many as I think there should be. Again, there's only one pass forward. Well, maybe 2 passes forward going to Trezeguet out in the left wing here, if you can have a look. There you go. I mean, it is very reliant on the right, but I mean, come on. Trezeguet is a guy who can do that. He can do the same job as Salah does, but not maybe at the same level, but get the ball out to him a little bit more. And it shows here that he wasn't doing that.
It would help the team. It would help Salah to not,
Exactly.
have all the defenders shifted on his,
Yeah.
side of the field, or have to be able to take a little in-game rest if he needed to.
Exactly, and like the Russians knew that Mo Salah was the #1 threat, and they were absolutely all over him. They were marking him out of the game.
Sure.
They knew he was the major threat. If I was Hector Cooper, I would have gone, right, Russia know about Salah. They think we're going to give the ball to Salah the whole time. Let's give it out the other side. Let's mix it up a little bit. There was no kind of change in strategy. There was no change in formation. Like, there was nothing going on. There was nothing going on in terms of his ability to change a game.
Russia now through to the knockout stage. They still have a match against Uruguay. How do they approach that?
I mean, they've 6 points now out of 6. You know, what they could do is they could have a look to see what's going on in the other group and to see if they actually need to draw, lose or win to play against Portugal.
You think
if the results kind of go that way.
you think they really think that far ahead and try to presumably,
Listen,
I guess you'd rather play Portugal.
It's Russia. Listen, I'm sure they're thinking about other things along as that or with that. You know, I don't know. I mean, all they need to do is draw against Uruguay.
Do you rest players? I mean, do you think in terms of team selection, maybe let me see some of the other guys, let's give a bit of these boys a rest, or you want them to keep on form, keep making a state? I mean, you know, Putin wants to win every single match. He's not
Yeah.
thinking pragmatically. He's thinking,
Yeah.
let's crush everybody, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question, actually. I don't know. If I was the manager, I'd probably see what the other results were like and then kind of make my own decisions on that then after. On what to do in terms of resting players, in terms of bringing players in and so on.
Well, 3-1 here today.
Yep.
Gabi, give us your final thoughts. What's your verdict for Egypt, for Russia, for everything?
For everything. Wow. How much time do you guys have?
What's the meaning of life?
Yeah. Get deep
you
with
know,
it.
I'm disappointed for Egypt, man. I am biased with Salah, obviously, but I also love a good underdog story, and I think most people do. So disappointed for them. I don't see them in any way. I mean, we kind of talked about it. I don't see them in any way getting out of the group now.
They're done.
I think it's
I
time
think
for
it's
them.
game over. Yeah.
They're done. Did Russia endear themselves to you? Is there anything about this team, the fact that they've scored, what was it, eight goals now in 2 matches? Is that something you can kind of get behind and cheer for, the way in 2008 they won you over a bit?
Yeah, I can say a little bit. A little bit. I like when they were playing well, when they were passing the ball well. It's attractive. I liked it. Cherchiev continues his run. He seems like a good guy.
You can get behind him a
know
little.
his
The
stance
redemption
on politics or anything like that, you know.
Sure.
So I can't say too much, I guess. But no, he looks good. I think is he the leading goal scorer of the tournament right now?
I think.
Is that?
I think
Or
he is.
is he? Yeah.
He scored one
is it
today and then
3?
two the other.
He had 2 the first game, right, and then won this game.
So he's tied with Ronaldo right now.
Ronaldo.
Mr. Ronaldo.
Yeah. So yeah, a little bit, you know, and I don't know, host country. It'd be cool to see them go as far as they can. I can say I don't want Russia to win the whole thing, by any means.
Wouldn't be
But-
good for the whole state of the world right now, I think.
They wouldn't.
Mr.
But,
Mask, give us your breakdown. What did you think today? What are your big takeaways?
Well, I was massively surprised. I was disappointed in how Mo Salah played today. I was really kind of expecting a lot from him. Maybe it was kind of a little bit premature because he was injured. He didn't play in the first game, but I'm just disappointed for him. I'm disappointed for Egypt. I thought they could do a lot better, but having said that, fair play to Russia. I mean, Russia played a great game. They played, very, very good football. They were good defensively. Maybe it should have been a penalty for Egypt on the other occasion when the guy was WWE'd, kind of taken down.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, 6 points for Russia now. They're going to get to the next round. They're going to play against potentially Portugal or Spain. I think they're going to lose to either of those teams, even though they have been doing quite well so far.
Yeah.
But they haven't really kind of played any sides so far from what we've seen
Sure.
that are great,
Well, maybe Uruguay might be a bit of a test for
Yeah.
them to see how against a larger country, larger soccer country, they
Yeah. Exactly.
might size up.
First real test, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's about it for us. Thanks for joining us. Hit us up on social media if you got any questions, comments, love, hate, ideas, anything you want to see more of, anyone you want to see less of, probably me. But
Trivia master.
yeah, if you want any more trivia questions,
You've endeared yourself to the fans now, Sevi.
I got you. I'm great in trivia, great when Jeopardy's on, but other than that, no real skills. Bad at predicting football matches. We haven't been brilliant at that.
I've been terrible, so far, yeah.
But still plenty more matches to turn around. So thanks again for watching, and remember, if you're seeing this, you are the convention.